Conservation Commission meeting is July 27, 2017. We're here for our Conservation Commission. Got a full agenda. Anything to add or change to the agenda? Motion to approve the agenda is written. Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting minutes?
Yes.
Do we have any announcements?
No announcements from this week.
Any accounts payable?
I believe so. We have one from Solitude, 24,500.
Didn't we just get one of these?
That's what I thought. Then they just sent this on Wednesday, so I wanted to double check that with you guys in case there's any sort of.
Yeah, didn't we? I thought we approved this. I thought they were told it was approved.
Let's see. Is that tax 3?
That's what it was supposed to be, but it doesn't even say task 3. It says PL something. Correct me if I'm wrong, there was a string of emails. We took care of the invoices. They said they were all set. Ignore the last one, and then they mailed a new one.
Yes.
Well, they're aces.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can inquire about that one.
Okay.
I
Do
wonder
we still
Look
kind
at
of
the email chain, compare the numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It should have been that one, though, because it was 24/5. It was
Okay.
distinct.
Okay.
because our accounting doesn't pay immediately when we turn in an invoice. There's
So that makes sense.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
there was an email saying it's been taken care of, so I'm...
yeah.
Okay.
I have one other from Wetland Strategies and Solutions. This is for 2042 from the Ayer Solar 2. Isn't that real?
That was his final invoice. Includes the
Oh, good.
wildlife habitation evaluation.
I tell you what, I'm going to hold on to this because it turns out Air Solar 2 is up first,
Okay.
and we can discuss it with them at that time to make sure we're all on the same page. I believe we are.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, meeting minutes. First set of meeting minutes is from 7/12. This was the hearing that we held with Air Solar 2, very specific. I saw these, I didn't have any changes. Did you have any changes to those meeting minutes, Bonnie?
Nope.
Okay. I would accept a motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 12, 2017 as fabulously written.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Meeting minutes from 7:13 I did not look at. Did you see these, George?
Sure.
Just wow. Did you take a look at these, Bonnie?
I didn't, sorry, I did not.
Nope, it's okay. Was it noted in here how angry I was that we got kicked out to that upstairs room? Did you put
I
that in here
did.
somewhere?
Did you want me to do that?
I don't see that anywhere.
Oh, I could throw in, if you would like.
Put it in announcements.
No, at the opening of the meeting, I could put in, let it be noted that the chair decided on a death match with the planning board in perpetuity. I could put that in there.
Isn't that what I said?
That is, I should
Yeah,
put that in.
that really should have ended up in the minutes.
Yeah, well, that was like.
You know what, we'll skip it for now, but let it be noted, let it be written.
You want me to put that in there?
They took our room. Think about that. I would accept a motion to approve the meeting minutes dated 7/13 as wonderfully written by the clerk.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll hold the accounts payable. It is 7:15. Let's reopen our notice of intent public hearing for DEP file number 100-0403, Air Solar 2. Good evening, Kyle.
Good evening.
So I did see a couple of emails going back and forth with regard to the special conditions. Were you all set with these as noted and written?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a chance to look at them, Bonnie?
No, I did not.
Okay. I peered through very quickly. Didn't see anything that I had a problem with. I mostly stuck to the red.
So is the red everything that you changed?
It was total track changes of everything that I thought, looking at the document, understanding that, the commission is maybe trying to use these as boilerplates. There is some language that seemed to not be consistent, so I just tried to make things consistent, talking about resource areas and buffer zones. They're two separate things,
Yeah.
but they have a broad application, so they apply to what they apply to in any given application. There's also a lot of nomenclature, abbreviations and such that seemed appropriate to bring up forward into the findings section, just so that everybody knows who's the agent, what's the project, what are the plans, what's BBW, and what are the definitions of resource areas and buffer zones, so that every time they're referred to, everybody is clear. It's right up front what they are. There were some minor corrections as to, the applicant and the property owner names. And, unfortunately, it has the appearance that there's a tremendous amount of change, but I think, of course, the commission should be able to read the entire conditions as adjusted. So that if there's any questions, they could be addressed. I did point out a few specific things in an email today, just about the precondition, our pre-construction meeting, and the entities that would be involved in that, and how the MOP, the method of procedures plan, could be hammered out at that time. Certainly, it'll be thought through a little bit before getting into that meeting, so it wouldn't be, starting from scratch. Someone would have an outline of what those procedures might be in order to address situations that come up in the field that are unforeseen, that are causing a problem. First of which is to notify the commission, then, from there, address the problem. So again, that MOP is slated for that pre-construction conference, with all parties involved. There was, in previous order of conditions for the Rosewood Avenue Extension project, there was a set of wetland conditions that the commission had gone through in some detail to try to hone in on what was important, especially with the involvement of the supervising scientist. So I simply tried to mimic those same conditions here as well. They just didn't make it in the first draft.
Well, I did read, so one of the ones I caught while I was reading through was Wetland 5. Authority to make field adjustments. I think the only thing that, we'd like to have on record and discuss during the initial visit would be, that field adjustments are certainly, viable. But when we talk about field adjustments, we're talking about within the keeping of, what the intention was. So making a field adjustment, moving a line back 10 feet because it works better and there's a reason for it is great. Moving a line back 20 feet and, and it's not consistent with the original plan would be frowned upon. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page with, what making changes, field adjustments means.
Is there more of a description that would facilitate that understanding?
No, it
amongst
becomes
all
one of those
parties?
really tough things where the only answers are yes and no because there's no gray. So I prefer to leave it as yes, but just with this stipulation that, it's within keeping with what's on the plans. And, if it gets to the point where, we have an oh gosh moment, then let's sit down and talk about it first.
Okay.
I don't know that I want us taken out of the field adjustment process.
Well, so the idea of field adjustment is you're on site and you discover a large boulder or a piece of ledge that wasn't expected, and so you work around it. And then you notify to say, this is in this area, we discovered a piece of ledge or a large boulder, it was more disruptive to remove it, we left it, and here's what we did. That's an appropriate thing to do, made by an engineer on site. An inappropriate thing would be, we were digging over here, or we were cutting trees over here, and we mismarked where we were working. and, you know, we discovered it, but we didn't tell you until you came out for your walk. That's not something that would be good. So, I think, as we've discussed, the most critical items here are to discuss what the appropriate method is going to be, go through a method of procedure discussion, how the trees are going to be cut, where the work is going to happen, and, you know, how it's going to be phased. I think that's probably the most important part. George, did you have any changes or thoughts? No. Jess?
You had any luck in changing the format into? Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you guys over that machine.
Had
there.
any luck in getting rid of the side formatting and changing the numbering?
I could do that for this one.
Yeah. So that you get rid of the little things way off on the left margin, just get cut off?
Annoyances that have stuck around. Okay. Is there anything further for you, sir?
I have nothing further.
Okay. So at this point, where we last left our hearing, we had signed off to issue the order of conditions for the purpose of review. Order of conditions has been finally reviewed. The draft is completed for final and issue the final order. So I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing for DE.
I had a couple of questions before you close.
So we're already done. I'm happy to listen to your questions, but we're already done with all debate on the project. But please go ahead.
It's not about debate. It's a concern that in the order of conditions, the drawings. on
Can you
my-
actually come up, Ken? Because I just can't hear you over
There's
this
something going
AC
on with
machine.
There's some background. I'm not sure.
It's that, which is fine,
Oh.
because it's great if it stays cold in here, but it's bad. No, I cannot affect it in any way.
May 11th, you had the discussion on the letter that Kyle provided in response to Judy Schmitz. The number of comments that Judy Schmitz had that came out and were discussed that evening. Many of the responses that were provided by the engineer included that the revisions would come later on the drawings, or they'd be updated, a new iteration to the stormwater report, and so on and so forth. Many of the responses included changes to come in the future. I'm concerned that those changes were reflected on the last set of drawings, the final set of drawings that get signed off by the commission as part of the order of conditions, and that those comments that were made to follow and those changes that would come to follow have been done. Have those changes been made, and have the drawings been updated, and have those drawings now indicated the revision date, signed off on the new date, so that the final set of drawings matches the responses that were intended to be followed up on that date. That's my first question.
I don't have those drawings updated pending any further comments from the commission.
Okay, so I'm concerned that you sign off on order conditions.
Hold on. So unfortunately, I don't have that paperwork in front of me right now. So can I see that?
That was the May 11th meeting. You spent it's been over an hour on that letter and the responses to those
Can I see the
questions.
meeting minutes back?
Yeah, but that's the comment letter. I don't have those meeting minutes with me.
No, for the meeting from last meeting,
Oh, the last meeting.
the 12th.
He's talking about May.
That was May 11th.
May 11th.
Here, pass that back to Ken so I don't lose his stuff.
Found those letters.
So Ken, I'm looking to see what the changes were.
there's probably a half a dozen responses in here that say in the next iteration of the site plan, the plantings will be moved, isn't interesting, from the flat-bottomed area to so forth. So it goes on and on and on. Maybe half a dozen different spots. Do you concur?
Can I look at that again?
So I thought that in the...
So, hold on.
Sorry.
All right, so number one, that's not drawing changes. Number two, those aren't drawing changes. Number three, no. Four, sheet 4.3 contains a portion of wetland restoration. Number three, labeled incorrectly. So I thought that was fixed on that last set of plans.
Well, on that, there were two drawings that we talked about that were adjusted. That C4.3 is one of those that shifted the culvert over to align with the existing stone culvert.
Right,
So that sheet was updated.
okay.
Number five, the wetland plantings would pull out of the slopes, and that has not been shown yet. Additional hay bales, upslope of upgrading of the wetland application areas. Don't have those yet. The other sheet that we did provide was in response to, this is numbered wrong, that's the representative, I apologize. The 7-inch storm question, so we showed that.
So we've got two items on here. So the wetland plantings. Is that the only item?
As far as what's on the drawings,
Yeah, I think that's,
I think so.
so I just read through these, Ken. Did you have a different impression?
No, just wanted, my concern is that the final set of drawings match the discussion that's happened, and that the dates and the revisions are on the drawings that match, and not the set of drawings that have been just worked on, but the final set of drawings that matches everything that was discussed.
So
With the right dates.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, would that then appear in ADM-2 where we identify the plan set and the final revision date? And I think what's been done in the past is that it's been a listing of the plan sheets and their final revision dates, since we don't have to update every plan, every sheet
Right.
in the set.
Nope.
So would that be a reasonable adjustment to make?
It would be. Probably the best thing to do is to work with Kate. If you can revise the sheet, prepare the revision on here, and then if we could on Tuesday go through with Kate to make sure that everything matches out. All right. If I had remembered correctly, Ken, I'm glad you caught that one. If I had remembered correctly, the only other item on here was with regard to the storm calculations. And there was another one about the high groundwater, and the note was that the evaluation would be provided upon completion. Did you have other items that you had caught?
No, I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
I do have couple other things, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
I never mind, Ken. What you got?
Okay, so there's an O&M report that was included regarding, the maintenance procedures and so forth. And in that report, there's a vegetation maintenance section. And it indicates in there, that the area under the panels and whatnot, if I'm reading this correctly, is going to be seeded. There's going to be grass to be cut and so forth. Air Solar One had nothing like that. And I'm not sure these drawings show anything to that detail of grass under the panels now. I think it just indicates the same kind of detail, and it's clear cut and graded, but no final seeding and whatnot. So I talk about that, and I also want to remind the commission that during the discussion to the replication plan, I know on Solar One, Ms. Tillotson brought up a couple of features that regarding a better way can be potentially looked at to screen the areas, and other plantings could be considered. And I don't know if you guys have seen Solar One and what it looks like right now, but it's a barren looking deal. And if in fact the O&M plan calls for a vegetation maintenance plan that includes grass, do we show the grass and whatnot on the drawings in that detail? Or is it simply the same detail it shows for Solar One, which is the, just stripping?
Well, it's a stabilization plan that's in the erosion control plan, so I think we got past the point of where the seeding was gonna actually take hold, so
I think you might remember, Ken, we discussed this, we discussed wildflowers, we discussed other ways that we could deal with the area out there. I know we definitely discussed seeding the area, and part of the reason was for slope stabilization. So in Air Solar 2 or Air Solar 1, it does look barren, but remember that whole stretch under the power lines is all sand.
I understand.
And so
Now, going to be closer to residences here, and people are going to be, if you have a change, all I'm saying is that if the O&M plan includes the vegetation maintenance, and the vegetation maintenance includes grass, does it show grass on the drawings, and is that what we're getting?
that was what we were talking about when we talked about
Okay.
stabilizing the slopes.
So this is going to definitely look different than Air Solar 1, because this will be grass, and Air Solar 1 is not grass.
Well, I think the other part of it is that the,
It will be grass over there?
it will, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the other point of what you'll see, what you're going to see over at Air Solar 2 is the soil is such that you could grow grass. Again, it's you remember that area. I don't know how well you know the area under Air Solar 1. It's
I know it very
all
well.
sand. It's all sand for about half of the area where the panels are under. I mean, there's nothing grows there.
Okay, so that's what I had, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so based upon our discussion, we have a final plan set to go through to identify under the ADM condition. Other than that, anybody have any further comment? George? Bonnie? Jess? Kate, any further thoughts? Thank you. I would accept a motion to close the public hearing, to issue the final orders of conditions and close the public hearing for DEP file number 100-0403.
So moved. Since I voted nay, I pass. Just being consistent.
Second.
There's a motion on the table. Any further discussion? Would you like to air any thoughts before we go? Just asking. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
Wait, you have to say nay.
Opposed. Nay.
There you go.
Nay.
Oh, there you go. That's all.
So we don't have a signature sheet yet, right, to sign?
No.
So we'll sign that at our next meeting?
All right, so let's talk about what that means. If you make the signature sheet available,
Yeah.
I'll sign it next week,
Okay.
and then you guys can sign on the 10th. Because I can't sign, I won't be here on the 10th. Okay. We'll hash that out next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pass those back, please, so I don't lose them. Oh, I'm sorry, we did forget one thing. I'm so sorry, I put it aside so I wouldn't miss it.
WSS,
Too far to the side. Yes, so
what is the balance due?
$2,042.45.
45 cents?
Yes, 2042.45.
I'll check what's been put into escrow with the town, because I imagine there's still some balance of that left, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I just want to make sure we're all okay with the value, because I believe this is his 7-2 travel time, 7-2 field work, 7-3 report, 7-5 report, 7-6 finalize the report, 7-12 attend the public hearing, 7-12 travel time, 7.2 mileage, 7.12 mileage. So he's at 2,042, which I think was in keeping with what we had agreed upon originally. Okay, so as long as we're on the same page, I'd like to make a motion to pay pay the outside vendor Wetland Strategies and Solutions LLC, and then you guys will work with the town clerk for the
Yes.
final cash.
Yes,
Okay, we're all in agreement that this was an appropriate amount.
we agree.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would accept a motion to pay Wetland Strategies and Solutions of Merrimack, Mass. $2,042.45, which will be paid out of the consultant bylaw fee, which was charged to the applicant for Air Solar 2, DEP file number 100-0403. We have a motion on the table. Do we agree that this was a useful exercise, having this consultant go over this for us?
Even though I didn't agree with it.
Not agreeing is fine. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Thank you for these. All right, next up. Notice of intent, continued public hearing for DEP file number 100-0401, Town of Ayer cross-country water main. Good evening, Dan. How are you?
Hey, good evening. How are you guys doing?
Splendid. How about yourself?
Excellent.
All right. How did you do with our friends at DEP? Or actually, Natural Heritage.
Natural Heritage, yeah. So we had the determination letter, which we went over before.
I'm sorry, one sec. Before that gets lost. You know, you cast it in the middle of the table.
I'm leaving it there just because I'll go over with Kate at the end of the meeting what happens to it.
All right, just making sure. Sorry, Dan.
For the record, I am recused from this discussion, but if it's your permission, I will continue to take notes.
Yes.
All right.
Please
So
continue, sir.
we received the determination letter, which we at a previous meeting went over, and we were awaiting we submitted the Blandings Turtle Protection Plan. Our professional biologist did that, certified biologist, Oxbow Associates. So we were awaiting approval of that from Natural Heritage, which we received, and I submitted a memo to you and Jess on Tuesday, which has that attached to it. So we received the approval for the Turtle Protection Plan, and so that was the only stipulation awaiting Natural Heritage's approval. And also in the meantime, we had submitted our ENF, and we heard back from MEPA on Friday about our decision there. And an EIR is not required for the project, so our MEPA permitting is all set
Correct.
as well.
Right.
So that's where we stand now. So now we're back here, Conservation Commission.
All right, so where we
continue
last left our heroes. So the project, so I don't know if you'd passed by this one? Okay. So the project, of course, is a drilled
Yeah,
horizontal directional boring for water main. We were all set. I don't think we had any further questions. You were waiting on Natural Heritage. I don't think we had anything left. Did you have any questions further about it? No. About you, Jess? Excuse me, the recused one. So we visited the we visited the boring site on the road, and we also visited the boring site at the end of the project where AJ's working.
Yeah.
So any changes or to any of the math for any of that work that you're doing there, anything in between?
No.
Okay. And did Misty have any other comments? I'm sorry, whatever you sent on Tuesday, it hasn't been the kind of week I've read anything. My son got his learner's permit this week. It's been devastating for everyone. So, where did she have any other changes as far as you guys had to follow along during the boring? I remember you were mentioning that.
Right. So in the determination letter, we have our drill fluid management release plan, which is our contingency plan should something occur, and they lay that out in the determination letter that we have to follow that, and I believe add them as a party in it. There was a couple other small items. A compliance report is due, and there was one other item. But food release, contingency plan, compliance report, and then just renewal extension of the, or amendment of the order of conditions or Water Management Act permit. So those were their 4.
The renewal extension? Is there,
Hang on, I lost it.
not sure what they're trying to achieve there.
Renewal extension or amendment of the order of conditions or Water Management Act permit. Upon filing for any renewal, extension, or amendment of these permits, the applicant shall contact the division regarding compliance with the MESA and obtain input from the division's fisheries program.
So in other
if we
words,
go for a
if you go
renewal-
for renewal, you have to go back to,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, obviously, we're all excited about the project. Did you have any questions?
So when you're boring, is this going to be a one pass or you're going to have to go through and pull back?
So the first pass is a pilot bore, and it's a small drilled hole, and they make sure there's no deflections, and they make sure they make it all the way there. And then from there, they come back and they ream it and install the pipe at the same time.
So,
it's
out with the small,
out,
back again,
back.
refit the bit, go through, and it pulls the
Ream,
pipe
and
through
then
at the
hook
same
it.
time.
Correct, that's
Okay.
right.
And then you take the reamer off on the end and pull back? I'm
Yes.
assuming? Because it's inside the pipe.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And then no disturbance sort of along the way, it's just all underground?
No, yeah, it's all underground,
And
so that's why
nothing-
we're doing this, yeah, to try to minimize.
Right, above
if we
ground
were to do a
disturbance.
different method, yeah, like
Yeah.
open excavation or something, that's why, yeah, so,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Just-
But,
yep.
but as we discussed, part of Natural Heritage's concern was you follow along while it's happening to make sure
Yeah.
there is no disturbance, to make sure that it's
Correct,
happening.
there will be an
correctly.
individual who will walk, and they
Where-
also,
Yeah,
yeah.
where it's supposed to go.
yeah, they also right, make sure that it's going.
Right, going the right
An
direction.
individual.
Yeah.
So you're not stuck with that?
Not I, no.
It's a different guy in waiters?
Yeah.
How do you, I'm just curious, like, do you have is it a laser-based
It's a magnetic,
magnetic?
Yeah, magnetic
So you know-
tip.
You know how far
yeah,
down?
yeah.
Well, can you tell how far down or just left to right?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'd have to check with the contractor, but it definitely left to right.
Right.
But they, I don't know if at his rig, they know how deep they are. I don't know if it's at his rig, if he knows by what angle he's been going at, but they do know how deep they are.
It'll be interesting. Can't wait till they get started.
Yeah.
So, okay. And this will be great because it'll tie those two water mains together.
Did you send that to, I think you sent that to the commission office as well, Tuesday. Did you get that?
Concom at Ayer email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is there going to be a hydrant down at the bottom of
At Wright Road.
the right road?
There's already one
Is there another one going to be placed at the
No.
cul-de-sac?
there. No.
No, okay.
This just ties into the,
No, I know, but I'm just curious, is there another hydrant that will be tied in as well?
okay. So, we were fine with the application as we saw it. We had to wait for Natural Heritage. They have given their approval based upon what you passed in. What is your time frame for start?
Actually, I'm putting in the bid, to hopefully open bids at the end of August, and then, go from there with getting contracts set up, maybe hopefully this fall.
Be a lot easier without the vegetation.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Were you restricted by Blanding's turtle mating season?
We have, with the turtle protection plan, it allows us to be able to work.
But that's just at the ends where the
Right,
the
yeah,
rig
it's in
is.
the upland areas, yeah, where our rigs are, the rig
Right.
is and the entry and exit pit.
Correct. So I'd entertain a motion to approve the notice of intent for DEP file number 100-0401 and begin work on our boilerplate order of conditions.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstentions?
Aye. So going through that file, should Kate consult the thing you just got on Tuesday and the previous stuff from Natural Heritage to see what conditions should?
So had you done that before? Incorporated Natural Heritage into an order of conditions?
I haven't. Is there any other projects that you guys have had that?
Not in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world. It's really, it's super important that our order of conditions mention their
Okay.
letter because we have no standing without them.
Okay.
And they're very clear about that.
Okay. And would you prefer the specific conditions get called out, or just that the project maintain compliance with the conditions?
We may have to figure that out together.
Okay.
So, but we just have to make sure that we mention the natural heritage and the effect their decision has on our decision.
Okay. So
Which in this case is pretty minimal as far as
Yeah.
the turtles and the monitoring of the drilling. So, have you ever been part of one of these projects? the
Judy,
horizontal
no, I
board?
haven't.
So we did one a long time ago across the way. Actually, one of our applicants tonight, it was on their property, and they just go.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
really cool.
Okay.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. I'm going to continue this public hearing to our next meeting, which is on the 10th.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to do our boilerplate order conditions at that time. You can move forward with your bid, and everything's great.
All right.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Commissioners.
Thank you. I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing, DEP file number 100-0401, to August 10th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstentions?
Aye.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.
All right, continue to 8:10. All right, let's reopen our public hearing, DEP file number 100-0408, Ridgeview Realty Trust. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, and members of the commission.
Let's. Where's our wedge? Planning board, here we go. Okay. So I just opened 0408, which is map 36, parcel 110.
That would be lot 68, 77 Woodland Way.
What am I doing wrong here?
It's not on that handout.
Oh, well, that's fine.
This was the lot that had the least issues.
Ah, okay.
So we're the best.
And we put that one first?
I didn't set the agenda.
Well, after somebody
No.
complained, I just put it in numerical order.
Yeah. Someone complained?
So the hearing was open 2 weeks ago. We had the site walk last Saturday, and the commission expressed no concerns during the site walk. As you recall, there was a large soil pile that we had to walk around to get down and look at the site. We noticed that there was some flagging of stakes set along here where there's a cross-country water line going to serve it on the lot, unrelated to this, outside of the buffer zone. And this had very little work, relatively speaking, to the other lots in the buffer zone.
Nope, as I recall, we had no issues. Location of the house, location of the hay house are in good shape. Anybody have any further comments on that? Okay, so thank you again for attending the walk. I would accept a motion to move forward issuing the boilerplate order of conditions for DEP file number 100-0408.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. And Steve, we're going to,
Kate's going to be busy the next few weeks.
she's pumped and jacked. I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing, DEP file number 100-0408 to 8:10.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much, Steve. Let's reopen public hearing, DEP file number 100-0409. This is map parcel 36, or excuse me, map 36, parcel 175. Why does this have three numbers? 182 and 183?
Because the assessor's office has not caught up with the reconfigured subdivision, so the parcels are obsolete if you look at the assessor's maps as compared with the most currently recorded subdivision plan.
I refuse to believe that. Let's go to, it's the last page in your handout, 140B. I can't believe no one jumped up when I said 140B.
We jumped your foot.
Yeah, no, but it's just fun. Okay. Can you please put us geographically?
Geographically, we had a sidewalk last Saturday. This is Woodland Way. This is Woodland Way wraps back around. This section of Woodland Way is paved. And we walked up this leg of the road. We saw turkeys crossing the street.
Yes, we did.
Actually,
No, it's
No,
not
no.
no, we saw the turkeys on.
Yeah, that's right, but it's not paved. That's not paved.
No, we saw, so this is when we saw the turkeys. We saw the turkeys on Hemlock Extension, because this section is paved.
I don't remember the turkeys.
Yeah. Bonnie
Oh,
saw
the
turkeys.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah, the cul-de-sac.
Yes,
So
yes, turkeys
we-
on the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, so we came up here, we had one lot that we looked at over here.
Right.
At the
Right.
last meeting, the commission had requested we pull the work further back from the wetlands, so we introduced, it's the same way, we introduced a retaining wall that increased the setback from 2 feet to 15 feet from the wetland, plus the 5-foot width of the 2 rows of erosion control. And it had reduced the work in the resource area by 594 square feet down to 11,739 square feet in the buffer zone.
1,700.
739.
I don't remember this one being difficult, George. Bonnie?
So just a question, there were plenty of questions I could have asked you during the walk, but obviously couldn't come up with the time. It was like,
Say
I
we
was
weren't on
smelling-
camera. Say we
I
weren't
was,
on
I was
camera.
pretty smelly that day. you
That
know.
deep was amazing.
I know.
It was delightful.
So the erosion control, so there's 2,
There's 2 rows,
Sort of
because under
rows.
the Army Corps standards, when you're doing work that is less than 50 feet to wetlands,
yes,
one of the alternatives that you can apply to perform that work is to put 2 rows of erosion control spaced 5 feet apart.
okay.
And so that's what we're proposing throughout this project, wherever we have work that's within 50 feet of wetland.
Okay, and then when those erosion, controls are removed, because they are going to be removed,
They removed
correct?
upon the instruction of the commission when request for certificate of compliance.
Compliance, right.
is made.
So will that be, the native vegetation that's sort of in that area, is that going to be removed, or
Not-
is there a replanting that happens after that?
It does not have to be removed in between, because if we're using something like the wattles now, that can be placed
Around trees and around...
Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen that on some of your
Yep.
your site
Right,
visits.
right.
They're easy to just
Right.
roll back
Yeah.
up after.
Yeah.
I mean, they still fall apart to some extent, but
Yeah, and the retaining wall, you can get that in there with the vegetation that's there currently?
The retaining wall, we would be clearing back to the retaining wall,
To the
and we would be
retaining
using
wall.
the boulders that you saw on site to build the retaining wall.
Okay.
And that would likely be the first aspect of construction.
To get the retaining wall in there, okay.
But
So
you
it's
wanna
sort of
do
like
it-
your limit of,
you'd also want to do it with all your earthwork. 'Cause you want to get that
Yeah.
done right off the bat. Because remember,
Yep.
then you're filling up to it.
And the more we can get rid of those boulders in the boulder pile, the more that frees up those properties for use.
yeah.
You should have more regret in your voice. It's devastating to have to use those boulders, but we're willing to sacrifice.
Okay.
At least try and
Thank you.
sell it.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, so I remember this one, like with all the others, I think that commission expressed the appropriate concern that the work that was happening down literally to the wetland line was, something that we were worried about, and with folks creeping their backyards, the retaining wall allows that to stop, or I should say,
It creates a
prevents
defined
that.
barrier.
Right, there's no question that's where the
Physical
yard
barrier.
stops. The kids will probably play on the other side, but no one will mow there, so. I saw you move, Bonnie, go ahead.
No, I was trying to remember where I saw something, but it was over on the cul-de-sac, and we'll get there.
Yes, we will.
Just put the easy ones first this time.
I can't believe that. Usually we don't do it in order. All right, so I would accept a motion to move forward with the draft order of conditions for DEP file number 100-0409.
So,
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing to August 10th.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
aye.
Thank you, Steve. Let's reopen our public hearing for DEP file number 100-0410. This is also known as Lot 146.
So now we are down in the cul-de-sac, and this is the first lot that we visited in the cul-de-sac last Saturday, right after we saw the turkeys. And if you recall, at the hearing 2 weeks ago, when we were looking at this lot, it had the same issue as some of the other lots where a portion of the backyard work was very close to the wetland. And at the commission's request, we presented an updated plan at the site walk and gave you copies then and presented it to you again tonight, where we've increased the setback to 15 feet, like the lot we just discussed, with 2 erosion control barriers spaced 5 feet apart beyond that, and then a retaining wall introduced. And this particular lot, 6A, we reduced the activity in the buffer zone by 640 square feet, bringing it down to 12,513 square feet. And like the one we just looked at, it creates a...
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yep.
This one, the disturbance is 5,000.
146A,
Yeah?
about 146A. We've reduced it by 640 square feet down to 12,513 square feet.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Go ahead, sorry.
And as with the previous lot, we have a retaining wall positioned in a place where it would discourage the homeowner from extending the yard in the direction of the wetland.
Again, how long is that retaining wall?
That retaining wall is 52 feet and with a maximum height of 4 feet.
All right. George, did you have thoughts about this one? Bonnie,
No?
are you sure?
Yeah, I just asked my, yeah. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yep,
No, I just remember as we walked around.
yeah, no, that wasn't the one.
Oh, just asking. You're sure?
I'm fine, yeah.
Okay, good. Jess?
And on the sidewalk, you had expressed and stated concern that over time, that it would require a lot of fill to create a yard, and over time, an overzealous owner might want to add more fill. There's nothing we can do, or...
No, we're at a tricky spot. As you can see, the side yard is at 300. It drops off 15 feet from that little side yard down. So there's almost a plateau. Then we drop down, almost 10 feet, and then there's the backyard plateau, and then it drops down another 12 feet out to the back. And so I am concerned that the homeowner would do something there. I guess, one of the only other thoughts that we hadn't really discussed would be potentially planting some shrubs at the end of the plateau to give a natural break in the yard. I just hate to condition somebody's yard. Whenever we talk about a retaining wall, we're actually talking about protecting yard or protecting a flat area. But we're not breaking up somebody's yard of our own volition. Whereas if we were to request plantings or a burnt out car chassis that, kept someone from expanding that area.
Hopefully the burned out car chassis are a thing of the past in this neighborhood. They were in the woods previously.
I do remember. That's why I just figured you might have an extra one left. So, I'm good with it, but I am concerned that over time we'll have a problem, but... All right.
No special conditions?
As long as the barrier wall is in there, it pretty much affords the maximum protection we can get, so...
Are we doing like a no, in the order of conditions, are we doing like a no phosphate on lawns?
Well, we've done that in the past, but the problem is that it comes back to an impossible to
Monitor.
I'm trying to remember what the
Enforce,
exact terms are.
monitor.
We had it was an enforcement thing. Remember, we were discussing it. Maybe it was during one of the bylaw meetings, and we were talking about how would you enforce something like that. And somebody stood up and said, "Well, what if I want to put phosphate on my lawn? What if I want to put it on this side of my lawn and on that side?" It's
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's the same thing as if we included one of the orders was that you shouldn't drink soda when you're outside. You know, it's a good idea, but it's not something we can enforce.
As I mentioned a while back, the state has fertilizer management regulations you could reference,
We can do that.
if nothing else.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of more educational.
if only we had someone who had the time and resources to look those things up. What? It is Kate. Are you familiar with those regulations?
No, we can look into that.
Pretty exciting.
Look on the Department of Agricultural Resources
Okay.
page.
It's next to the climate change page. Oh, wait.
We're doomed anyway.
Is that still, there's no comment?
You can't talk about it. I shouldn't have brought it. All right. So, with the extemporaneous comments of climate change and soda left off, I would accept a motion to work on the boilerplate order of conditions for DEP file number 100-0410. And then,
So we'll
Second.
for discussion, all of our boilerplates going forward will reference
Yep.
the preferred or recommended
Mhm.
fertilizer requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a problem with
Mhm.
enforcement.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Oh, it was the sodium chloride one. So remember when we do sodium chloride, we ask that folks not use sodium chloride when they're doing the earthwork because we don't want them salting the roads to keep
Right.
the dust down.
Right.
And folks are like, well then, so we can't salt the roads after we build a project out. So what stays in perpetuity, what drops off, it's
Mm-hmm.
tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Excellent. I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing to August 10th.
So we'll
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Say aye, Jess.
Aye.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Next up, let's reopen our public hearing for DEP file number 100-0411, also known as Lot 78B.
Which, as we're looking at the cul-de-sac, just go counterclockwise one lot, and that takes us to lot 78B, where same issues as the previous two lots. The work was very close to the wetland line. We introduced a retaining wall, which we presented on the site walk last week, and it appears on your revised drawing, that, like the other lots, increased the offset 15 feet to the wetlands to the nearest erosion control line, 5 feet to the next erosion control line, then the retaining wall, and restricted that particular corner of the house, the northeast corner of the house, to an 11-foot opening between the house corner and the retaining wall, which should be enough to get around that particular yard area. And this lot reduced the work in the buffer zone by 497 square feet, bringing it down to 12,426 square feet. The retaining wall is 65 feet long with a maximum height of 4 feet.
If I remember correctly from our walk, we also had the majority of the lot was already cleared, and you've got the roadway down to the other basin
That's correct.
down behind. Okay. All right, I remember this being one of the easier ones. George?
Okay.
Bonnie?
I don't think I had an issue with that one.
Jess?
I'm good.
Thank you. So based on our site walk and the changes to the plans incorporating the new retaining wall, I would entertain a motion to begin work on the draft order of conditions for DEP file number 100-0411.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I would accept a motion to continue this public hearing to August 10th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. The next is a public hearing for the request for amendment to the OOC for Ridgeview DEP file number 100-282.
Nope, 275.
275.
Oh, did I skip down? Excuse me, 275. Thank you. Which is for 134.
Lot 134A.
On our second page, there it is.
which is number 130 Woodland Way. And this is on, as we're looking at the street system here, this is on the curve of the road,
Right.
opposite where the driveway goes up to the water tank. And it's a relatively flat lot. It's right next to a couple of stormwater basins which have been constructed. And the concern the commission expressed at the opening hearing was, would the homeowner start to move towards the wetland, we propose a barrier. And we presented at the site walk on the revised plan, introducing a row of boulders spaced 10 feet apart, and the boulder row would be 110 feet long. So it's basically across the entire area of the backyard that is within the buffer zone area.
Yeah, that, behind that was basically the same, it was all almost at the exact same grade.
Exactly.
So the row of boulders makes sense. Kate, had you been involved in projects before with separation between properties and the wetlands?
I don't think so.
Okay. We've struggled with fences, Rosa rugosa, which is a nasty plant. Oh, I'm sorry, lovely plant. Boulders, signs. I like one of the things like tonight with the buffer, with the, where we can use the wall. The wall is great because it makes a physical block between the two sections. And the boulders are good, but undoubtedly the kids will play through it, which is fine, but we just don't want the families to be dumping their grass and everything else back there.
And as you saw from the pile across the street from here, we've got some sizable boulders, so that it's not little pebbles that we'd be putting out there.
No, we appreciate your sacrifice. All right.
Wouldn't a sign or two help also to say, because you have boulders, but what tells the homeowner that?
Not to put the boulders in their pocket and take them somewhere else.
No, not to dump their grass clippings on the other side. It's like, oh, there's space between here. Don't.
I'm fine if we ask the applicant to put the signs up, but I don't think the signs or the boulders are going to convince them not to dump grass clippings on the other side.
Right. But knowing how homeowners come in who have no idea of the Wetland Protection Act or anything about wetlands.
Well, but hold on, every one of these gets signed off by the homeowner when they buy the house.
The affidavit.
That's right.
Yes.
There's your education right there.
Just a thought. I'm fine with the signs. I don't have any problem if, as we go through this, we ask that signs are incorporated into these as well. I don't have any problem with that at all. But I think the boulders as a physical manifestation of don't go over here is more effective.
George, Bonnie?
I can think of 1,000,001 things, but no, we'd be here all night.
No, and we've gone through this 1,000
Yeah,
times.
1,000 times.
There is no way to stop them from doing what they're going to do, except to educate them, have them sign the affidavit when they buy the property, which hopefully is continuing.
Yeah, how does that work?
How does the affidavit work?
Yeah, they do it when they're
At the closing.
At the closing, with their lawyer and.
Yeah. There were hiccups on several lots, but they finally got the knack of it after a while.
It seemed like after our last discussion, Mr. Iliadopoulos was on board with making sure they were getting signed. Iliadopoulos.
Eliopoulos.
I drive by his office every single morning. I wave.
Just call him Phil.
Okay. So, George, do you have any further comments on this one?
No.
Bonnie?
No.
Jess?
No.
But you would like to have signs added in the orders for this
I
one?
think for the boulder lines, yes.
Okay. So we'll keep that in mind as we move forward on those orders. So based on our comment, our walk, and our view of the site, I would entertain a motion to begin work on the draft order of conditions, including signs along the boulder wall, for DEP file number, for this request for amendment for DEP file number 100-0275.
So,
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And just for clarification, an amendment to an order of conditions, we draw up a new order of conditions and that goes to the state, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you treat it like,
It's like a brand new order.
yeah.
But it has the word amended on it. I think there's a box you can check on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a motion on the, we voted, motion passed. I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing to August 10th.
so
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. All right. I am going to, totally unrelated to how much water is left in this bottle, I will be right back. I'm just taking a short recess.
While the chairman's taking a recess, I'll pass around the updated plan that reflects a request the chairman made on the sidewalk.
Somebody threw away cupcakes. How does that make sense?
Oh, that explains the crumbs dribbling down your chin.
No, not from the trash. All right, forgive me for that break.
Steve handed out a revised plan.
Oh, for this one?
Yes, reflecting an observation you made on the sidewalk.
Well, that's always fun. Well, let's find out. Okay. Let's reopen our public hearing for the request for amendment to the order of conditions, which is for DEP file number 100-0282, also known as 150 Hemlock Drive, lot 79B.
Okay, this particular lot, as we're looking at that cul-de-sac, it's the lot on the left, and it was the most difficult lot, most challenging lot. I think we all agreed. At the opening hearing a couple of weeks ago, the commission expressed concern for the proximity of the work to the wetland and asked us to look into trying to move it further back. So we were able to push it back a little bit. And we, at the time of the site walk last week, we presented a plan showing the addition of boulders along the westerly side of the property to limit work towards the wetland. And while we were on the site walk, Mr. Chairman, you indicated that where there's such a cut slope on the southeasterly side of the property owner might enjoy having a little larger backyard there and would be less inclined to move towards the wetland if they had a larger backyard, and you suggested installing a retaining wall in that area. So we've shown on the plan the addition of a retaining wall here, which would create a relatively usable backyard area. Maximum height of 4 feet on that retaining wall.
Well, as I believe you said, Steve, and Jess seconded, I am full of good ideas. No, this makes a lot of sense because with this, hopefully they'll stay in that, they'll have an actual usable backyard. So, and especially if, as the house shrinks in that box, it becomes an even bigger backyard. So, okay. Well, I'm glad, and that actually, it looks like it works.
It does.
You didn't have to move the house back any further either.
No, nothing else changed except the addition of that wall and the leveling off of the ground in front of it.
Great. Well, that is good.
So you've got a retaining wall and a boulder.
And boulders, yeah.
Yeah,
And
'cause
we have signs on this one too.
remember how it drops off on that side there. All right, well, I appreciate the compromise and I think it works. Mr. Bacon?
Good.
Ms. Tillotson?
The only couple concerns is that from the corner of the house to the wetland flag, it seemed to be
Which corner?
the
The nearest corner.
The 13-foot
yeah,
corner?
The nearest corner.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, seemed to be 20 feet. And then the limit of clearing to get the boulder in, to clear that part of the yard and place the boulders is roughly 10, what would that be, like 10 feet? From the boulder to from the corner of the house?
The boulder is 13 feet from the corner of the house.
See the 6
Oh,
feet?
I see the
Yeah.
new, yes, the new, yeah, 13 feet,
Yeah.
yeah.
See the 6 feet?
Yes, 6 feet. And
And-
then, yeah.
So just so you
No, I
know.
see it, yeah.
Oh, no. But I also want you to realize as you're looking at that, right? It's actually
The wetlands is at a higher grade behind the house in that corner.
so it's actually all the work is happening lower than the wetland. So the wetland is in a strip.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah. So a couple of things is that I just noticed the driveway, I know the house placement, and the driveway seems a lot longer than the driveway at 78B.
The driveway is a little bit longer because we are along the circle of the cul-de-sac in that location. I think also what you're seeing is the only thing that is colored on these plans is jurisdictional work that is not already authorized by the infrastructure order of conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking in the case of 78B,
Mm-hmm.
the first probably 15 to 20 feet of that driveway has already been authorized under the existing order. That work's already covered.
Uh-huh.
So it gives the appearance that work isn't being done.
Okay.
Well, there's another thing too, just to be clear. I'm assuming that your house envelope is set back due to zoning.
Yes, we're at
So they're all the same setback?
yeah, the houses are all at the minimum setback is 35-foot front yard setback. We have them
Yeah.
set 37 feet because builders, you gotta give them
Right.
little
Yeah, a
room.
little leeway.
Better not to miss.
Yeah, no, right.
I have 130 houses built out here so far. There was one case where we had to go to the ZBA for a dimensional variance because we made a
After the
mistake.
fact.
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty good batting average.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And then in the stream, I don't know, I noticed a lot of iron flock, which comes from the stream that actually runs sort of behind in there. And that comes from, a lot of earthwork being done and,
Well,
iron.
actually,
I mean,
if I can tell you, so years ago on Elizabeth Estates,
Mhm.
it was running out of the hill red,
yeah.
and it was before they had even gotten down to that end of it. Naturally occurring iron comes out like that because I went to Becky
Mhm.
and we took photos and we
Mhm.
went to the state
Mhm.
and the lady at the state said, no, that's naturally occurring iron. It happens all the time.
Well,
I-
To your point, Bonnie, this particular
It does, but not necessarily. I mean, sometimes it happens during construction.
Yeah, this particular wetland system may have received some iron from construction because when Phase 5 was built,
Mhm.
there was some issues early on. They should have went in and addressed them and had flock units added. If the commission recalls, this probably goes back about 3 years ago now. And there was a stormwater basin where there
Right.
was some discharge that went
Uh-huh.
in. So you may be
Uh-huh.
seeing some of the remnants of that.
Uh-huh.
It's also, though, if you think about it, so Steve, if you can point to the cul-de-sac that's to the left,
Where Duke's house is
Right,
right here.
Yeah,
all that work is done.
yeah.
So those houses have been in for 5 years,
All of that. yeah.
maybe even longer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just so you know, that area that's over there, that is all area that has been disturbed and then left
Yeah.
for a long period of time. We've
Yeah.
been
Or
we've been
could-
walking this for
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
it could be the right-hand side that's all been disturbed and, it's now kind of flowing down into that wetland and, coming out. So, I mean, to the, all that area.
Well, the area where the stockpile is here, that actually flows towards this
Yeah.
wetland system.
Yeah.
rather
I was
than
thinking on the
this
left.
one.
Yeah.
but it
the
wouldn't.
left.
I don't know how it would get there, but
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
all the areas that. So if we had had that same condition over on the right at the bottom of the hill where the truck kept going up to fill, if we had had that same condition over there, that would make a lot of sense to be worried that what we were seeing was a result of construction
Yeah.
disturbance.
Yeah.
What we saw over there, it's the least disturbed area that we've been in.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't, recall observing that before. So with the retaining wall where it is, I mean, is there a possibility of leaving, building the retaining wall and leaving all the natural vegetation behind it?
Behind the retaining wall?
Yeah.
We still need to grade above the retaining wall, just to make the grade change coming down to that house lot.
Uh-huh.
We don't want to go any higher than 4 feet with the retaining wall.
And then natural vegetation will grow in behind it?
Yes, it'll be seeded.
Eventually?
It'll be seeded back. It'll be grassed, and we're proposing a 3-to-1 slope, which can be mowed.
It doesn't have to be?
It doesn't have to be.
Grass?
They can put ground cover down.
Oh, I have such a hard time with this. No, because it's I don't know. I wish we had like a no-build buffer between a wetland and, and what happens. It's just,
This is the overall lot.
yeah,
So in the scheme of the 40,000 square foot lot, they're developing less than half of it, probably close to a third of it. So there is quite a bit of no-build area. Everything on between the wetland system and Deer Run will be undeveloped.
yeah. It's just so close to that wetland, which is a running stream right now.
Well, and you're right. That hill, though, so if I were to guess, if you were to move into that house, would you want to mow that hill?
If personally, I would not. But there are, 95% of the people want huge lawns and green grass, and they don't want it. They don't want vegetation because they're afraid of wild animals. They're afraid of bears. They're afraid of whatever. So that's the way it is currently.
Or they just want a place for their kids to play.
Yeah.
Societal urges, unfortunately, are not jurisdictional.
I know, but we are, but we are here to protect wetlands. That's our job.
We are, and this is an area in the buffer zone, right?
Right.
It's not in the wetland. It's an
Right.
area in the buffer zone,
Right.
which actually grades away from that wetland. Literally grades away from it.
That's why we're not showing erosion barrier, where you might think it makes the most sense to put it over here, because
It's not going that way.
it's grading down that way.
Yeah.
You'd need anti-gravity
Yeah.
soil,
Right.
which, to be fair, with wind
Right.
is potential, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
none of our barriers are going to work.
Yeah.
What is the closest point of work to the wetlands now? Can you change it?
We went from 2 feet to 6 feet on this lot. And it's actually not work, it's the nearest erosion barrier.
Yeah.
So actually, the nearest activity is 11 feet.
Yeah. I mean, and you commented. This all got reconfigured based on wetland. Based on changes in flagging, right?
Yes, the original flagging was done in 1997,
Yeah.
and then there were lawsuits and appeals that went on for several years.
Mhm.
When it was reflagged in 2005, that's what revealed some areas that had not been identified as wetlands previously. And there was debate as to why they were missed the first time. The original flagging was done by ENSER,
Right.
and they did their flagging in December of 97 and January of 98.
Odd.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember, and we were talking about this when we were on site. So that area, if you go back to the big overview, we walked that area with Becky. In fact, so Duke Pointer's house, if you could please, Duke Pointer. There you go. Duke Pointer's house is over there. We walked that whole system when Becky was here, so at least 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we did multiple borings. We evaluated the area. We had Deshang come back
We came
and
back
look at it.
and this is the area where Beijing did the borings, and we did some additional flags in this area.
Right. Because we didn't believe that it split. It one ends and one begins, and we're like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
And he came and he did the borings, and it was true. And so we were very conscientious about how we walked this. Then originally the plan had a different run up to the water tank, and that's what changed some of what you're saying today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bonnie, originally the road came around like this and came right over here.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It came right through where this wetland system is.
Mm-hmm.
And so So the changes you're seeing now, this has been walked multiple times over the years,
Mhm.
so.
And this particular lot is a request for an amendment. So this is a lot that the commission walked in 2005. You two were on the commission at the time.
Youth. So, I very much appreciate where you're coming from. So, do you have any further thoughts or questions? Other than dismay at the state of humanity? It's a bigger discussion, but I'm game. I went to the bathroom.
I just read like, I'm not gonna go into it. It's just-
Did you read the paper today? Because that's a disaster.
I know, the state of California now, you
Oh,
know,
you did it.
What's
basically.
California?
No,
So the, I won't go there. So with respect to, I guess the order, I mean, is it gonna be like hay bales to demarc the limit of work, or is it gonna be the fencing, the orange fencing?
well, so on a project like this, so the limit of work, again, it's effectively lower than where the wetland is.
Right,
So they would stake and they would cut the property back so they could do their grading.
Mm-hmm,
And so there wouldn't really be, this would be like any other project where the limit of work is staked and the guys on the site
right.
work outside of that.
And actually,
But 6
Bonnie,
feet.
and
Well-
6 feet.
So because it is within the buffer, it would be appropriate to condition the applicant to use snow fence if that would make you feel more comfortable so that they would know exactly where they were working.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's a pretty legitimate request. And that would mark that off. On the bottom, you see where we have the hay bales or sock, so that's defined,
Yep,
right?
yep.
And they could even do extend the orange fence from, so here's where before I look at the wrong one. Here's where the grading starts. So they're gonna come up here, they've got to do this work, so they could extend that orange fence all the way behind the boulders down to here.
Mm-hmm,
That would at least really define where the work was.
mm-hmm.
That's not
Yep,
too difficult.
yep. Yep, all right.
So that would be something we would
Mhm.
consider as a
Mhm.
special condition, to define the area of work with orange fence, since there's no specific, hay bale being placed in that area. It's a pretty legitimate request. It's not cap and trade, but it's pretty legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on our discussion, the site walk, I would entertain a motion to move forward. I got it. To move forward with a boilerplate order of conditions for DEP file number 100-0282.
So,
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. I didn't hear you, Jessica. Just making sure. I would accept a motion to continue this public hearing to August 10th.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Jess.
One question while Steve's here.
Please do. Unless Steve starts running for it, look out.
Yeah, he's
Running.
Kate, you sent out the thing, we received an email from Robert today that, about the hay meadow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hay Meadow.
hay meadow lane, which is,
Yeah, you want to read me?
yeah,
Off of Fox Run Drive.
yeah, which is part of this development, so.
Wait, I thought there was Hemlock and the other one. There's more streets?
It's not part of this phase, that's part of an earlier phase.
So, Joe Camper of 206 Hay Meadow has a pile of debris, stumps, etc. in his yard that the developer, Crabtree Development, Rick Roper, has told him they cannot remove because of the Conservation Commission. Do we have any information on this?
That doesn't sound like us.
That's phase 5, and there should not be a restriction there because there's no wetlands in that area. There's no buffer zone in that area, so it would not
So
be.
phase 5, is that the loop up behind the Anudas?
Yes, and the very end of Hay Meadow. Part of Hay Meadow was built during phase 1 when Fox Run was built.
Yeah, ended out.
And then you're not going to find it in there, unfortunately.
No.
Well, actually, on the locust map you might.
Yeah?
It's this locust map right here.
Oh.
So here's Hay Meadow,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a larger set of plans here to be easier to see.
Oh, sweet Francis.
Oh my God, I know, thank you. Oh, so you come up, okay, Fox Run, and then Hay Meadow. That's a steep, that's a steep.
So if I were to come in off of
You come in Snake Hill Road.
come in Snake Hill,
turn-
take that
turn
left,
Right,
Yeah.
Yep, turn onto Fox Run, take
Yeah.
a right onto Hay Meadow.
Yeah.
and it goes up
It
the
goes-
hill.
goes up
It
the
used
hill.
to stop.
It used to
Now it's
stop.
connected
Now
through.
Now it's connected through.
Right.
The end section is part of phase 5 of the project, and
Right. That was that. We did the streets for that.
Right, right.
right, and that's where that number 206 house would likely be in that section.
Is that,
I
is
can't-
that part of the cul-de-sac at the end?
It's going to be in the cul-de-sac area.
Because I remember, so I rode my bike up there a couple weeks ago, so the cul-de-sac and then to the left is kind of a detention basin.
Yes.
Is it right there?
I haven't
I
been
think
out
it's
there
right there, actually.
recently, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think-
but it probably
I think it's right in there.
probably would be right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be here Tuesday.
Yes.
Would you be so kind as to pass through that area?
Mm-hmm.
So we can answer Robert, I think, pretty definitively that it is unlikely that there's an area where there are stumps being stored that is because of us. Because if there was an area to store stumps, it wouldn't be where we wanted it. It wouldn't be somewhere like that because that
The,
wouldn't have
the
been.
only area that was under the
Approved
commission's
anyway.
jurisdiction in that phase was behind the Anudas house,
Yeah.
which is far away from Hay Meadow.
And,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
and that was done a significantly long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like 5-6 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago. No, 6.
No,
6.
yeah.
Well, done 6, finished off in probably 5.
They're getting ready for street acceptance, actually. So
When did Mr. Nuda start coming to our meetings? All right.
2014.
Was it really?
Yeah, because Becky left that fall.
No, we had to have been trying to get out of that house earlier than that. I think it was 2013. Anyway,
No, because the whole kerfuffle started in the spring of 2014.
wasn't he here before the fuffle?
He was here before the fuffle, but I believe it wasn't until spring that suddenly there were some hay bales appearing in the Anudas backyard
Yeah, I do remember.
for future work, and then
I
it,
can send you an email that shows where 206 is.
Okay, yeah, just wanna make sure there's no like open.
I just remember there was a really cool
records or
dump
anything
truck.
there.
yeah.
Okay, I'll do that on
Okay.
Tuesday.
So, Jess, thank you for bringing that up. Did that come in an email today?
Yeah,
I missed it.
4:50, no, 2:10, no, 4:59 today. 3:49 today.
And how many seconds?
Totally on top of it. Okay. So, thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
As you know, we'll see you on 8/10. It's the ethereal week.
Thank you for your time this evening. I'll see you at 8:10. I won't see you because you won't be there.
You won't, but you
I'll see
enjoy
the
your
rest of
time. Take care. Okay.
Take it easy, Steve.
All right. Let's open our public hearing. We have a notice of intent from Milcor to DEP file number 100-0406. Evening.
Good evening.
And you're John Borden?
I am John Boardman. With no abutters present, would you entertain opening both Lot 7 and 8 for discussion at the same time and save yourself some repetitive, or?
Oh, I'd love to, but we thrive on repetitive.
Okay.
So let's start with.
We're actually moving quite fast for this.
It was impressive tonight. You guys blasted through that list. Affidavit services, lists, green cards, and a legal notice. That was for you. The notification of butters were both put in the same envelope, so there's one set of green cards.
Okay.
But I made a copy so you could put them in 2 different files if you had 2 different files.
Great, okay, thank you very much.
All
Whether that
right.
helps or just confuses the situation.
It helped.
Good evening. John Boardman from Places Associates in Littleton. I'm a civil engineer. We're working for Milk Corp on a project off of Littleton Road, which is Route 2A. The property is between 2A and the mill pond. There are a total of 8 lots that are being proposed. These are lots 7 and 8. Sort of the reference would be Snake Hill Road is coming down the hill right about here, and the lots go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Are these the only 2 lots that will have?
These are the only 2 lots within the buffer zone that have work in the buffer zone. The rest of them have all been designed so that they're outside. A lot of them are right near the 100, but when we're showing hay bales across the backs of them, just to delineate the 100 on the site plans that we've done so far. But these are the only 2 that actually fall within the buffer zone. The lake is coming up, mill pond, I should use pond, I guess. It's coming up towards the street here.
Right.
And it gets right up close to the street, right about here.
How far are you from Blue Northern in that far corner?
I always get a little confused on that stretch of the roadway. You would come down and then Bennett's Crossing would be first.
Yeah, no, after. Promise.
Okay. 8 or 9 feet, I would think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
I can see the signs for sale.
Yeah,
So
the sign,
when you
the
come
sale
out of
sign's
Snake Hill
probably
Road.
right in front of this property line right here. So
Perfect.
that's a good place for the location.
Okay.
Wetlands were flagged by Oxbow last year. They're pretty clear when you walk out there, it's woods, and then you come to the edge of the woods and the beginning of some brush, and the pond's right there. So I don't think there's many issues on that. Soils on site are all sand. We've received approval from Ayer DPW and MassDOT to run a sewer force main across the front of the property line and a water line to service them, so there won't be any septics out there. And all that will be in the front of the lot.
And you're not disturbing 2A, or you are?
There'll be a small cut. We're going to be doing something similar to what Ayer's talking about, the directional drill, to get under so that we don't disturb traffic, and
Right.
it's actually cheaper in most cases. In the case of the water line, there'll be a small cut in the edge of the pavement. In the case of the sewer, will they actually be going under 2A and coming up in the entrance of Snake Hill? So we'll be disturbing next to the sewer manhole in Snake Hill, but not 2A.
What's that connection there?
That's a water loop. Water's going to come down and then come back across. So that one will be a little disturbance in 2A. And we filed with MassDOT for that, and they've approved that. So we're working with them.
Just wondering, because I know that was just paved 4 years ago.
Single-family homes, 2 of them on lot 7 and 8. We're going to use a shared driveway to cut down on the curb cut access. It's been put on lot 7, which keeps it a little bit further away from the wetlands. Showing proposed hay bale line, limit of work is the same hay bale line. The closest point, the hay bales are about 20 feet off the wetlands flag, which is probably 25 or 26 feet off the edge of the water in that particular location. These were some homes from a particular developer who may not be buying it at this point, so you may want to think about it more as a generic house box. And if they come in with something completely different, they'll need to come back to you. But the intention, again, is a single driveway, so the number of curb cuts on 2A are reduced. It's a busy road.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure that MassDOT's going to want us to do that. Sewer and water in the front. The only other thing going on here that I'd point out on the plans is there's a catch basin in 2A. It's MassDOT's. It discharges into a little hole in the ground right about here. It's all sand, so it probably never does much but bubble up. But we're proposing to extend it to the back of the driveway so that we don't have a swamp or water getting trapped in front of the driveway. That'll need their approval, but it's simply an extension of an existing outlet. Right now it outlets here. It's going to end up outletting just into the buffer zone. Again, at that point, there'd be riprap at the end of it, so there wouldn't be any erosion. It's pretty flat there. I suspect that 90% of the time it's just going to sink right into the ground because of the sands that are out there.
I really wish that wasn't there.
Well, if it wasn't there, you'd probably get a lake on 2A and it would be a different issue. And it would.
Or they'd have appropriate drainage on 2A, which went to basins that were designed to handle the runoff, but let's not joke.
The catch basin down here, I think, is direct discharge to the lake, so this one at least gets some filtration and some infiltration as opposed to But we won't go over what's down there, I guess.
Where are you extending it to?
Just past the driveway.
Past driveway.
And then it'll have a lot of overland flow across what's pretty flat. So I suspect that, like I said, 90% of the time it's just going to infiltrate into the ground and shouldn't be any issues with it.
So obviously the lots are treed today.
Yep.
You've got and the property's flat, I remember looking at these plans before, it's pretty much flat right down to the water almost even.
Yep. There's a little drop off at the road.
Yeah.
So like the front yard of this house is going to end up getting filled in so that the house is level with the street. And this one actually, to reduce the grading, you can make this house a walkout on this corner.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd walk out of your basement.
Right.
This one is sort of they're filling on the driveway and then keeping the houses up a little bit. It would give you a nicer front yard, limiting the backyard there in the tree clearing.
No, go ahead.
I heard you talking to Steve about limiting future homeowners.
Attempting.
Yeah, it's been what, split rail fences, boulders. One town had me planting roses or something to the thorns. There's a house in Shirley I drive by where they put nice big boulders, and 4 years later I drove by and they built a shed behind the boulders. There's only so much you can do. I'm not sure this site has boulders available because it is such nice sand, so if you're thinking about something, I guess I would suggest a split rail fence there. That would allow people to walk and enjoy the pond, but define a limit. I don't have that on the plan, but I'd be more than happy to add it and include it. It makes sense. I think the people should have a right to walk down, go fishing, catch frogs, but they should know to stop their lawn mowing and their fertilizing and all those sorts of things that happen without our control.
Okay.
I like that suggestion.
If that were only true.
Well, it's effective here. I guess so one of the other concerns, one of the reasons that boulders and things come up is, of course, split rail fences don't last forever.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, we know about the construction, and of course, we just talked about lot number 7. We know about the construction. Soil pile. What's your plan for a soil pile and dewatering basin? We usually request those on the plans so that it's discussed in advance, so that it's not a surprise later on.
Yep. I mean, lot 7 would be easy. We could put it in the front yard and get it out of the buffer zone. On the case that there's separate buyers, I don't want to encumber one on the other, but we could certainly indicate front yard storage of materials and a stockpile surrounded by hay bales or silk fence or straw wattles or whatever.
We just prefer to have it on the plan so that later on, because what can happen is folks put the soil where it was best, and that was in the back, right? So
yeah.
That would be one of the few things that we'd be looking for. So, location of the soil, and then also please the dewatering basin. And if you can have a detail of the dewatering basin. Have you done those drawings before?
Yep.
Okay. It's nothing complicated. We are a 2 hay bale row dewatering basin town.
Okay.
Having watched single row fail.
That's probably the same detail that came off the Ross plans that now show up on the Steve Mulaney plans
Be willing to bet.
and are on our plans.
Although I don't know, ours came out of when was that? When we did that railroad crossing? It was behind what's the Willows now? Remember when they did that? They did the culvert and they dewatered and it blew out while we were there.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, we're all the same players. If you know, it's a small community. I worked at Ross. The owners of Places Associates both worked at Ross. We all worked with Steve. They all went their separate ways at about the same time.
Isn't that funny?
So there's an awful lot of overlap there.
Well, the next item that we usually deal with is roof runoff. So how have you accommodated roof runoff?
We haven't made any provisions for that.
Okay.
I don't know that. I don't think there were gutters proposed. That particular developer typically didn't use gutters.
And in the town, we used to not do that. We used to allow for roof drip drainage. The current building inspector has a problem with that and with water ending up so close to the foundation. So
Okay.
Please accommodate that with gutters, and if you're that flat on the property, you might even need a driveway. But I'll let you figure that out.
Gutters and dry wells. Okay. That's
Gutters
easy.
and
Dry well,
dry wells.
worst case. I don't know if you've got any pitch back there. It didn't look like
No,
you did.
there's some. There's some.
So you might be able to
Just,
take it away that way.
just direct it away.
Yeah.
Cutters and direct it away.
Okay, so grading on the driveways, you had mentioned that in, I'm gonna steal your plan if I can. So what is your pitch back toward the house? Is there pitch back toward the house?
Let's see, we have the 270 contour, we're on lot 7.
Yeah.
And so that's the 270. Garage is at 271, and the street grade, give me 2 seconds and I'll find it.
270, 271, 272. It looks like 272, 273.
270, 270 is right at the property line, so it's about it's 271, a little more than 271. So the driveway from the street to lot 7 is almost essentially flat,
But it does pitch back toward the,
slightly.
okay.
Because MassDOT won't allow any water
Oh,
into
no.
their right of way, so it
Yeah,
has to have
absolutely not.
some pitch coming back. They want you to have to deal with it.
So what I think we'd probably want to discuss, just so that it was dealt with specifically.
Yeah.
So you see where, as you come down the driveway,
Yeah.
the word wetland buffer is located? Okay. So if you had a break in the driveway there, so that the water that came down went into like a rain garden, pretty much in the same area where you're taking your storm drain,
Okay.
that might be a decent feature that the homeowner might even appreciate, so that the water broke off the driveway into that.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. And
So
The-
pitch
yes,
away
it-
from the house, pitch away from the house, pitch down from the street, and then some kind of rain garden right in there.
Kind of like an oval shape.
Yeah, something tucked in against that side. It would give you a nice way to deal with the water coming off the road.
a formal rain garden, or more just a depression in there and let it revegetate?
Formal rain garden would be prettier. I'm happy to let you talk to your, work with your customer, but
Yep.
my feeling would be that if you had a nice rain garden there, it would serve a couple purposes. And again, you could use that as your discharge for your drain from across the street.
Yep, depression.
I would just feel much more comfortable with that than later on having the homeowner come to us and we have the 100-year storm and all that water ends up in their garage, and don't you people talk to these people about this stuff.
Okay.
And we'll be you people, because that's what we get when that happens.
Yep.
Don't you people deal with this?
So this rain garden would be, because it's a shared driveway, this would be on lot 7?
It would be on lot 7 because the primary water that's coming from the highway, any water that comes off the highway or comes off of the break coming down from there is headed right towards
Straight back.
lot 7.
And
So-
so the pipe that's being extended,
And you've got the pipe that's extended right into that same spot. So if you
It was just drawn in.
Yep, so if you had a nice rain garden there, it wouldn't really interfere with their use of the yard.
yeah.
It would account for the water that comes from the storm drain. It would work for the break, because if you put a break in the driveway, it would take the water off the driveway.
Yeah.
So it works in all facets,
Sure.
in my opinion.
It's easy enough to do.
Okay. We'd rather deal with it now than be arguing about it later
Sure.
when their yard is full of, little rivers. Okay. So that's lot 7. So we've pretty comprehensively covered soil storage, detention basin, or in this case, rain garden, to deal with the water off the driveway. We talked about gutters. Again, we would be fine with drip if the inspector approves it, but recently the inspector has spoken about a preference to go with gutters to get the water away from the foundation. That's do with it as you will.
And that's Charlie Schultz?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, last but not least, we talked about a dewatering area, which would want to be in the front. Did I miss anything? Bonnie?
Just sort of more of a general question. So this is part of the Bennett's Brook riverfront area?
It is the mill pond and back.
Right,
So the
right.
pond is a pond and a wetlands resource area. It's not riverine,
It's not riverine.
is
Well,
my understanding.
It's an impounded brook, which could make it subject to the River Protections Act.
Right, right.
Because it does flow through there, that area that, where the town removed the culvert pipe, that's Bennett's Brook,
Correct,
through from there?
correct.
This area, the brook flows through here,
Right,
and there's a dam here, so this is
Right.
actually an impounded stream.
right, no,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
And years ago, when they were doing the directional drill underneath, they did a hydrographic survey and found a distinct channel, which further makes it a stream.
I've always dealt with the rivers at the start, entering and leaving a body of water. So I'll take a look at that in terms of, that's new to me. And then Sue might remember a channel or some information. So then you would, try and determine an approximate channel on the bottom of the pond and do an offset from it? Essentially, we create another set of buffer zone lines, but I'm not sure how else it would impact the project.
I think we should probably consult DEP on that.
I think, so, there'd be two reasons or two rationales. So the first is that I agree that I don't think it has a different effect on what you would build, but it does make sense for us to capture it as important data, because otherwise you could be denied in the case of an appeal based upon the fact that that wasn't captured on those, on your application. So it makes good sense for all of us to have the information. It would be something worth looking into, because you may find this further on in your professional life where, you know,
Learn something new.
there's definitely, I remember this because you're right, there was a, Kate can probably help us, I can't remember the DEP file number off the top of my head, obviously, but when that boring was done, they did present to us, and so there'd be information with
It's
that.
in your
that would
file,
help.
because we just did a...
We did the
we just did a COC on it, what, 6
Right,
months
we
ago?
did.
4
Yep.
months ago? And I think I found and made a copy of the actual notice application and attached it to the COC. So it should be fresh in your files. If not, I can get it again. We have it somewhere in the office.
So, for the record, that would be worth us exploring. You're right, it may just end up being another line on the plan, but it's important for us to notify, it's important for us to notice it as part of your application.
Okay.
And also, I think that's 2 more boxes to check.
So who's looking into that?
Well, our applicant is.
Okay.
He has the most interest. But he'll be working with Kate to find the old information on that project.
Okay.
Thank you for remembering. Okay, so we've discussed the property, we've discussed the buffer. The only thing that's remaining is a walk.
Another question?
Oh, please go ahead.
The drain extension, who owns that?
Who owns it?
The homeowner, or is it the DOT?
It'll be within an easement, and it'll be DOTs. They won't want anybody to have control over it.
Okay.
Who's going to pay for the work? That would be the developer. Mass DOT's not going to give you any money or do it for you.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, they're going to
right,
protect all their interests.
okay.
So it would end up being contained in an easement that would be conveyed to Mass DOT. So we'll end up dealing with that when we get an actual developer who's going to start doing the work.
Right.
You know anybody that wants to buy some lots? Did the town have a big chunk of money to buy some open space?
If you slow down the traffic on Route 2A, like down to 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'd be
Coming down
afraid
the
to
hill.
have people pulling off there to park to walk around over
Yeah.
there. Okay, did you have any further questions?
No.
Thank you for asking. Bonnie?
No.
Kate, did you have thoughts on this? Had you passed by this?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to the site.
Okay. So we need to, we hold a walk with every single one of our notice of intents. So I don't know what folks' plans are. So this weekend is tricky for me in that I'm supposed to be leaving somewhere to go somewhere early. So I don't know what folks' stomach is for an early Saturday morning. Are you local, John?
I am, but unfortunately I'm camping with the Boy Scouts this weekend. But I might be able to find somebody from the office to cover it. So
Going out on a yacht or anything?
no, nothing so exciting. Just going in the woods.
All right.
I got the joke. It took me a minute. That was unbelievable. That whole. Anyways, again, don't get me started on
Oh
something
my
else.
God, I can't believe you said that.
They could have been going out on a boat.
You people know life. That's what matters. You know life. Okay.
That whole speech was just.
No. We can't. This is bad. We have 5 minutes to wrap you up and then move on to our next important business. Okay. So, with that in mind and the ridiculously audacious comments of our president, could you do an early Saturday morning?
Early being,
Not till 7. Now, the options are this weekend early or next weekend at like 8.
The other thing I can throw out is it's 10 minutes from my office, and I can meet at different times with people during the week if you wanted at 4:30, 5 o'clock end of the day. It should be a pretty quick walk.
We have trained people who
Yeah.
get here pretty late. That's
Okay.
the only tricky part about that.
Just throwing that out there for an
Train
option.
people. Love it.
The following weekend I'm
Choo-choo on
available.
that.
So
You're
that's-
available the
that might be easier.
Are you available the following weekend?
That's good.
probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
I'm not there. I'm not here either.
Which one are you talking about? This weekend or next?
Next weekend.
So, I was talking about this weekend with regard to the fact that I have to be on the road by 7:30.
I could.
Remember that time we met with that guy at 6?
No, that was just you and me.
Oh, that's right. All right, so
6 would be fine.
I can do 6.
Yeah, I can do 6.
Is 6 better than 7?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On this Saturday?
Yeah.
This
Six.
Saturday. At 6?
Not until 6 is the other way to look at it.
Oh, man.
You know, I think it'll be a lot safer to pull over in that area at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, we're all probably going to have to park on Snake Hill and walk across.
It's the
So
easiest
we're
thing.
Yeah.
doing it without John there. which
Oh,
is
no, 6 o'clock. John can make that.
You can make 6 o'clock.
No.
Someone from his office can.
I can see if I can get somebody to cover, but I can't guarantee it. So.
Well, actually, let's start with the most important question. Are the house lots staked out?
No. They're not.
Could they be staked out? We
By
usually
Saturday,
look for
no. Not
Oh.
by Saturday.
And they're-
Tomorrow's Friday, right?
You've never sat through one of our meetings with Calvin Moore in here, then. Okay,
How's Kelvin doing?
so this Saturday is the 29th, and they can't have the houses staked out by then.
So
Fine.
Those
Next week, people are away on the weekend, and it's not available. The following week, I'm gone,
Right.
and our meeting is on the 10th, which puts us at our next site walk would be the 19th. So, the next question to ask, as you've stated, these are not sold? You don't have someone to build these tomorrow?
No.
Okay, so we're not terribly holding you up if we can't site walk it till the 12th? Or the 19th? We do try to be very polite here, that's why I'm asking.
I don't see another option at this point, so
Okay,
that's what we're going to have to do.
sometimes it happens in the summer.
And that puts us not meeting on the 10th, but whatever the following meeting would be most likely, because we wouldn't have resolved issues on the
Oh,
10th
shoot.
And you can have it staked.
anytime between now and then.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here on the 19th. In the morning. All right, so
Yeah.
this Saturday is the 28th. If it was staked next week, it would be available to walk the week of the 14th through the 19th. If I have to be somewhere in the morning, and then I'd be back in the afternoon, but not till afternoon. Do folks have a stomach for doing a site walk on an afternoon on a Saturday? On the 19th?
Yeah.
We could do ice cream after.
Kimball's.
Can't mention it on we don't get any money from that.
Friendlies.
It's not like DeWalt ladders, which are like ascending a stairway to heaven.
Yeah.
I'm not being paid by them. I'm just a fan. So
we're
John
talking-
Oliver, anybody? John Oliver does that on his show.
What does he do?
DeWalt ladders, which don't exist. DeWalt ladders, he goes, DeWalt ladders, they're like ascending a stairway to heaven. I'm not being paid by them. I'm just a fan. Nobody?
I don't remember him saying that.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'll find you one.
Huh.
So we're talking the afternoon
All
of
right,
Saturday the
PM on the
19th.
On the
19th.
19th.
Okay.
We're talking the afternoon, and by afternoon, I'm talking like 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. Got it.
Because right here on my phone it says collect children.
Yours or?
It actually doesn't stipulate.
And typically you just want the house boxes staked so that you have a reference point? Is that what you're
We
thinking?
do. It puts us in the position of being able to ascertain, and then of course we can work backwards off the edge of the water.
So
So
what about
Yeah.
the driveway? Center
you know,
line?
it would be great to give us a center of driveway just because it's such an important part of the project.
And maybe where that cut might be located?
What cut to?
To the rain garden.
Oh. If we know where the driveway is and we know where the house is, we should be able to figure all that out. Plus, it's going to be graded in that area, so.
Okay.
Okay, so 19th, 3 p.m. We'll get ice cream after. You're welcome to come if you want. Yeah, there you go. I heard ice cream. Okay, so Mill Pond Walks, 3 p.m. on Saturday, August 19th. Okay. So we have just finished discussing lot number 7. Do we have any further comments? Okay.
Nope.
I would entertain a motion to continue this public hearing to August 24th.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So August 24th, not the 10th. Thank you, John. All right, let's open the public hearing for DEP file number 100-0407. All the same comments as number 7. Site walk on the 19th. The lot looks virtually the same. I think the only thing that we would want on this one, it may be helpful to mark where that limit of clearing is going to be. Yeah, because that's much more important on this lot than the other. The other one we can gauge. Any further discussion or any other questions on this lot?
No.
Any for you, Jess? I would entertain a motion to hold our sidewalk on the 19th and to continue this public hearing to August 24th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
John, thank you very much. We'll see you on the 19th.
Awesome.
Enjoy your camping trip.
Gotta watch that rain forecast, it keeps changing.
That was the first thing my father did, was call me this morning and say, it's not going to rain Saturday anymore. So,
Now it's supposed to rain showers Friday night, so we'll see.
oh, did it move up? Is that why?
That was what I saw. Spotty showers Friday night, which is set up tent time, so. Problem with camping is once you get wet, it just never gets
No,
dry.
it just
No,
never stops.
No, it's kind of terrible.
Nope.
Well, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much, sir. We will catch up with you in just a few weeks.
All right, super.
Okay. So, very quickly, we have a request for a certificate of compliance for Catania, España, 1 Nemco Way. Did they address all of your issues when you were on site?
So when I was on site, I called the contractor. He ended up not being able to meet me out there. So as I forwarded on to you, the majority of the site looks good. All the vegetation's grown in. There's one spot where the roof drains coming off the roof is creating some gullies.
Right.
It's washing onto the train tracks pretty heavily, so I don't think there's any necessarily wetland issues, but it's something there's so much sand on there, it's gonna have to be addressed at some point, so I sent an email to the contractor asking them to address that before we do the final sign off. So
Okay.
that's where we are with that.
Did you have a chance to pass by since?
No, not
Okay. So if we could do that next week,
certainly.
clearly it's not killing them we're not holding them up,
Exactly, yeah.
but no,
I
that,
don't even know when he's gonna mobilize
If
everything,
it's-
but we'll
exactly.
swing by there.
no, it's attached to the construction, it needs to be fixed. Did you do that walk with us? Was it before you?
That was before me, yeah.
So the project basically really has very little impact on the wetlands.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that everything on the far end, there's a little pocket over there, and then way across this field is where the
The
wetlands
pond.
are. Way
Is there
across.
About way across?
Way across.
Yeah, yeah. And there was like that depression where they cut down all the pine trees. There was some
Oh, in the front.
in the front.
That was all
That's
non-jurisdictional.
not, yeah,
But they did come to talk to us about it,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
wasn't it? They did come talk to us about that, right?
I think so.
Remember, because they wanted to do the pavement in that area.
Yeah,
Remember he came to us?
push,
I do.
yeah,
He came to us because of the paving. So, okay.
yeah.
All right, so that'll hold. So please put that on our 8:10 meeting. Okay,
And one other quickie.
sure.
We did get an email today, or I got an email copied to you, I think, from Dominic Merlingelo, Solitude, about whether we wanted to continue with the water chestnut sampling contract.
Did he, I don't know that he sent it to my work email, did he?
Bill
I
Daniels.
think I forwarded it to you too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but you probably, I think you sent it to my personal.
Okay, well,
Was it today? Today?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
210. So
That's okay.
there's that, and he has a copy of
Thank
the
you.
contract which you signed back in June, I think it was.
Yeah.
My recollection is that our former conservation administrator was supposed to check with Robert on whether that needed to be signed off on by Robert or the Board of Selectmen. And I don't believe we ever heard anything on that.
Because that wasn't part of the pond treatment.
It's
Or-
a different,
it's a
yeah, it's a
different-
different contract.
it's a different
It's different
contract?
work, yeah.
Yeah, but I signed it on June 8th. No, I think that, so, our question was, did the town need to do anything about it? What needed to happen with the town? Only because we felt that it fell under the work that we were doing, which was for the testing and the protection of the pond water, of the ponds in town. And this is very specifically related to exactly that. So we had a mandate to move forward and do this work. So the only question was, what did the town need to do to move forward with it? And it was $600 per round, and we had asked them to do the one round.
Was that picked up in the Geocentech report as part of
It was
invasives and?
no, I don't think it was. I don't remember if it was noted in Geosyntec.
The water chestnuts in Grove Pond?
Yeah.
Oh, right. No,
That was
you're absolutely right. It
that
was
was
because it
noted.
was
I
a
think it
small
was
area.
noticed, yeah.
Catch it before it spreads.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right. I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the first one we did, not the second one.
yeah.
Okay. So, would you be so kind as to ask our town administrator what to do with that? Please feel free to say that the commission, without any haughtiness, believed that that this testing fell into the work that we had been given momentum on through town meeting for testing and treatment of the ponds.
And you can refer to the Geocentech report.
Okay.
Which, for your information, was a large $80,000 study that we did back 3-4 years ago. And the conclusions of that study are allowing us to move forward to suggest what work we should do as far as treating the ponds, but also dealing with stormwater issues that are contributing to some of the problems of the ponds.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's a multifaceted study. It's been helpful.
Okay.
So, and he's well aware.
Okay, great. I'll continue to talk to you guys on that too.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. Did you have any other quickies over there?
No, I think, well, yeah, just one more little quickie.
I knew it.
I know it's an easy quickie, because we've got 6 orders of conditions for Pingree Hill. They're all going to be more or less the same, with just a couple little additions.
Like signs on the rocks.
Signs, orange flagging on the one.
Construction fence.
Right. So probably, because we're sort of getting our boilerplate back into shape again, so I'd say, Kate, maybe you should just work on one of them first, just for us to review, and then get that in shape before
I think
going
that's a
on
great
to
idea.
the other. Okay. Circulate that, and, okay.
Okay. So, I have here,
We are moving.
well, we've got a ton to do, but luckily it's okay because Kate, what a fantastic spreadsheet you put together. This is wonderful. This
Okay.
really organizes it. before we do anything else, we saw this one. So there's a couple of planning board reviews here. Is this the same one? Yep. Okay. So this is the one we discussed the other day. Planning board has before it, so we did an ANRAD for this property. This is the new convenience store, Shop and Save. So we did an ANRAD for this property a long time ago. Do you remember? Probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago even.
I think that was when I had my broken ankle.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, the long story short is there are no wetlands affecting this. The closest wetlands are across the street. There was a discussion about whether the wooded area between the two properties had wetlands in it, but it did not. And I went out there and walked it. The idea is they would like to put in a coffee and donut drive-up shop on this side of the parking lot. And then on the right side of the parking lot, they'd like to do an auto parts retail store. So the question was, do we have any comments based on the walk? I did not have any. Did you have any comments? No. Folks? Other than questioning the justification behind whether they'll have enough business with that coffee shop.
And then no wetland on that side?
No, nothing. Go right back to the train tracks.
I'm just trying to remember. Oh, yeah, and then across the street is the,
Don't even say its name.
yeah, that's where that's wetland is, okay. Yeah. I think there's a trash heap still back in there. We tried to get removed, but didn't work.
Okay. So, that's this one here. So I'm going to sign this one off. That we approve. Non-jurisdictional. Let's pass that, thank you. And that, so I don't lose it. This one, site plan review solar 2. Oh, I heard about this. Is this planning or zoning?
Site plan review is planning board.
Planning board. Wasn't it planning board who kicked us out of this room?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't imagine there's anything different, but if I don't look, I'll feel bad.
Oh, but, well, they got big plans. We got tiny plans.
You can ask for big plans if you want on each project, but then that's 7 sets of big plans.
Just one is fine.
Would you like your own set of big plans going forward?
No, but having one big plan.
We do. We should have had big
We
plans
should
for all
have
these in
one,
the office.
we should have one big plan and
We do. In fact, you know what would be helpful and might be easy to do is if the administrator brought that big plan to the meetings and we could write on it and draw all over it and
Yeah.
put it up on the plan.
Why
How about
not?
that? Would that
Why
make
not?
you, that would be
Why not?
helpful, right? Okay. This, believe it or not, is Ayer Solar 2, now before the planning board. And it seems to include all of the work that we've already discussed. Does anybody want to go through page by page?
no.
Yes, please.
No.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, so Kate, on something like that,
So I'm going to put on this, I'm going to put approve. 0403.
just make a copy for our file, and then it goes to Martha in accounting.
Oh, sure, okay.
And you'll have to just mention to her about the outside consultant file.
Okay,
We just paid one of the bills today, so
okay.
she should have that.
Okay.
Okay. That is all that. Next, and the thing you've all been waiting for. And actually, do you have any Conservation Commission updates that you received? Anything you want to talk about first?
So I did a bunch of site visits on Tuesday. A couple of things to note. Nashua Street Extension is going to be getting started soon. I did the erosion control inspection. All matches up. Snow fence, hay bales, everything's staked.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's looking good. Jess and I were there, I think last week when they were doing the tree clearing. So that's all set. Met with the contractor. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one.
Who was the contractor? Is it the same contractor as over at Riley Jane?
Yeah, Onyx.
Onyx,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
so
all-
watch them.
Yes,
They made a
definitely.
little mistake before.
Sorry to
Oh
hear.
yeah, he told me about that.
Did
the
he
tree
own right up to
clearing.
it?
Oh yeah, he was like, that was me personally. So I always appreciated. Other than that, obviously there's some heavy rains on Monday, so a couple of issues. I know I copied you on the one email at Kohler Place.
Right.
The contractor replied back. There was just the silt fence got overtopped. Mostly there was sand in the buffer zone, a little bit in the wetland. Contractor replied back, I'll take care of that. And then also at Pingree Hill, same sort of issues, just erosion control failures, same thing. Contractor was on site there, so they were going to take care of that.
Did you hear from Deshang at all? Because we were asking about that on
Last weekend.
last weekend.
On Saturday.
So, Pingree Hill and the Willows are two projects where we ended up having to issue basically cease and desists.
Oh, okay.
We ended up with multiple enforcement orders, and then we finally got the state involved. State came in and said, since you can't do this yourself, you're going to have to hire an outside consultant. So Deshang Wang, who is CLAW, which is Creative
Land and Water Management.
Creative Land and Water, I can't remember what it stands for,
Yeah.
but he has been responsible for maintaining and monitoring their silt fence, their detention basins. He's known where to look, so he does a great job. It's weird that we hadn't heard from him, so I wonder if maybe he's away or on vacation, but
Yeah, I can reach out to him. I've got no emails, no correspondence. I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything when I...
So the monitoring reports should be coming in.
Right.
Every,
Mary Trudeau.
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's also a lady, Mary Trudeau, who was working
Okay.
with Willows.
Okay. Yeah, I got one from her for the Willows.
Great. Okay.
That's all set.
But Deshang was also jumping in, and especially when there was a situation like the last week where the water, where we had a heavy rain, and he would pop up to say, I went and I checked out these areas and found a little mess, we cleaned it up. He's usually great about his reporting, so
Okay.
I can only assume he's away.
Exactly. Okay. I can reach out to him.
You'll find 1,000 of his emails in there.
Okay. Great.
And if I were you, I'd email, don't get on the phone with him.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, he
I'm just
talks.
gonna review the...
Like George, he just goes on and on and on.
Awesome.
So, site visit. So, did you go down Riley Jane at all?
Yeah.
So, I drove down there, so it's paved for a short period.
Mm-hmm.
Did they do any more paving?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the first day Kate was here, I just drove her around to all the different sites so she could know what to look for, if she was in the right spot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, but when we hit Riley Jane, there wasn't even anybody on site.
No, I had the same thing. I showed up on a
And then Nashua was
Saturday.
Yeah.
I think I showed up on a Saturday, and there was a guy there, and he was taking care of the machines, and his little girl was playing in the mud. And but I didn't go down the hill, and my only concern is, so all the wetlands are on the side, and then it comes down to the bottom, and down the bottom it's it's basically a pond down there.
Mm-hmm.
And so anything coming down that hill, and it's a pretty steep hill, and they've done all sorts of earthwork.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, are they kept back far enough from the buffer? So one of the things that was crucial on the top, I went by there on a Saturday and I noticed that one of the hay bales had been overtopped with soil. But those hay bales were like an early stage of hay bales. It wasn't even where they were clearing back to. So it wasn't a problem. It was just something to say they were overtopping already.
Okay,
So
certainly.
it would be great to get down the bottom of that hill and take a look around there.
Okay, definitely.
So
And that actually sounds pretty similar to what I stopped by Trevor Trail too.
Yeah.
It's same sort of thing. Like the
Yes.
first layer, I know there's been problems with that. First row had been overtopped, but
Right.
nothing actually got as far as the wetlands. So I'll keep an eye on those.
Okay.
perfect.
And then Kohler, back to Kohler Place,
Mhm.
I know that they put the dock in, on Sandy Pond.
Okay.
So the dock is in.
Okay.
I'm also wondering, the trail that leads through, you know, the National Heritage Area,
Okay.
right? You know.
Well, there were two
Yeah,
real
I
questions,
understand.
like were they clearing and making a trail,
Right.
or so as we discussed on site that day, you know, we wanted them to try and find a good trail that kept it to high ground, so they weren't filling it in or putting boards on or anything,
Right, not clearing,
not clearing,
right,
and that's going to be tricky.
right,
But if they cut back shrubs or whatever, so they could make a path.
yeah,
We were, as we told them, we were happy with, you know, vegetation, but we didn't want them filling the trail in.
Okay.
So I don't know if you went down that, beyond those houses, down to where you probably didn't go back there.
I don't think so. No, I walked the lanes, but.
So that property, when you drove down in, was a cul-de-sac. And when we originally got down there, before any of the earthwork started, the homeowner for the bottom corner, he was entitled or had a license for a dock. Have you done any dock licenses ever?
No.
So none of us had ever even heard of them.
Okay.
And it turned out that there was a law passed in the 1860s for great ponds. And on great ponds, you had to get a license to do anything on the great pond. And the reason is that back then people would harvest ice and fish and et cetera, and it was actually for life as opposed to more recreation. And so what you were doing was you were licensing an area that you were stealing effectively the use of from the other people in Massachusetts. So ACEC rules and regulations back in 2009, 2010 stipulated that all great ponds, 10 acres or larger, inside of an ACEC had to have, you could get your dock license for like the next year, and after that point you would have to get a resource management plan. You would have to develop a resource management plan. So between Jess and Beck, they went crazy, made sure that all the residents knew that it was essential that you file, and this particular property, they did file for a dock permit.
Okay.
So, I have no question that there's a dock permit on file, but we were worried about their access to it.
Right, and when we walked it, I think last fall, you couldn't really get through.
You couldn't get through it.
So I think we had talked to AJ, this is AJ Bergen, who maybe, that
Oh,
might be-
yeah.
We talked to him about maybe this spring laying something, just marking.
Right, marking it out so we could see what he was thinking.
Right, and then we postponed that because I think we've been swamped. But that might be good to do, the boys, his kids have been using it, so how are they getting down? Because I think you had made the point, be good if they eventually channeled it into one thing rather than be disturbing a wide thing.
Well, if so
Swap.
just so we're clear, if they're walking down there,
Yeah,
then, I mean, that's about as inobtrusive as it gets.
right, but remember when we had done that walk, you couldn't walk through that.
Right, so the
That's-
only way you could do it would be to cut back the vegetation.
So that's the issue, so.
yeah, it's just like how much.
But plus also, we weren't, you know, teenage boys who didn't care how dirty we got to go down to a
But
pond.
it was impenetrable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, let me say it again. We weren't teenage boys who didn't care what happened between us and a pond.
Right.
So, it's like when there's food in the fridge.
Yeah, no, but I just remember the conversation with AJ went like this, you know, when you're planning to put the dock in, let us know so we can basically walk back there with you and see where you're gonna put the path.
So if we could get an idea of what he ended up with.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
That would be
I'll
great.
look into that.
Okay. Did you have any site walks where you ran into any problems or issues?
Just as I said, the Kohler Place, and the Pingree Hill, that's about it.
So,
Oh, yeah, and we drove up just to look, because you had added Rosewood, under
Yes.
Rosewood.
Oh, yeah.
But there is nothing happening right there. I don't think they're gonna be doing anything until they start the James Brook restoration,
right,
which won't be until
fall.
fall. So there's nothing going on right now, it looks like.
Well, the last 2 times I've been up, they had set up to make the connections. I don't think they've made the connections to the utility yet. Had they finished the work on the poles? When you came down on your way to the gate, they had put 2 new poles in. Had they finished the work on those poles? Were their wires strung?
Yeah, I think so.
Were the wires
Yeah.
strung? Okay.
She'd know better than I would. I just showed her where it was.
Yeah.
But
You go in there.
she actually notices things that I wouldn't.
So the last time I was there was a couple weeks back, and I don't even remember why I went back there.
So maybe just do a cursory pass by there once a
Okay.
week.
At
See
best.
what- Yeah.
Yeah, but that's an activity, okay.
Well, there's no reason to. So until they get the power connected, the fences were all done when I was there.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to do anything more up there until fall. And we've got the next application for that, which we've got a public hearing open, which is for the plantings.
Right, and we're also supposed to hear at our, before our August 24th meeting from George Gallagher at the Willows about walking, if they're ready for us to walk for their mitigation areas.
Oh, that's right.
So we had said, let us know by the 24th was what we had said.
Well, and that was another reason to catch up with Deshang, because Deshang was tied into Willows, and we let them know during our meeting that we were concerned. We weren't accusing them of disappearing on us, but like all developers, when they get to the end of the project, that's what they do. So, okay.
Okay.
So we've touched on information. Upcoming agenda, you guys are slammed next week, mostly signing things.
Yeah.
That's
There's
perfect.
nothing new's come in for applications, right? So.
And then what about that parking on Oak Ridge Drive? Did you relay
Oh.
that info as well?
What
No.
on where? What trip?
The beach on Oak Ridge on
Oh, yeah,
Sand
yeah,
on
yeah.
Flanagan.
143 Oak Ridge. So I
Oh, we-
left it. So you're
Okay.
going to. You're
We
going
gave Kate the opportunity to
Oh, okay,
kayak
this
at
is a good
work.
one.
Did you
Oh,
kayak?
right.
Did you do it yet?
No, not yet.
No.
Oh.
Mm.
All right. Well, there's your Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh.
I have a kayak if you ever.
I do too. I got-
Yeah, but then you have to duck down through
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bridge
Yeah,
there.
you go.
Okay.
You can
But-
use the one in my backyard.
But describe to Kate.
So, do you know Flanagan Pond?
Oh, yeah.
How it sort of, so there's a big open area and then it flows sort of towards Sandy Pond before it opens up again.
Oh,
No, it just flows the other way, sorry. Flows the other way. So we're going upstream, or up
Okay.
pond,
From your house.
from my house, which I'm on the corner of Oak Ridge and Groton Harvard Road.
Okay.
We're going now towards Sandy Pond.
Okay.
It's sort of like you go through the narrow part and then towards Sandy Pond, and then it opens up again.
Okay.
It's on the left, and the owners basically removed all the vegetation along the edge
Okay.
and basically brought in, I don't know how many tons of sand, and basically made a beach.
So there's 2 problems. So the first one is that obviously none of it was done with permission. The second problem is, and I think you were most worried about this, is that saltwater taffy and fried dough shops will pop up across the road.
That's what I was afraid of.
That's everyone's fear.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love
So
saltwater
you guys
taffy.
just want me to go by there, get some pictures, like.
We did. We wanted to take a look at it and
Documentation.
get a sense of what the disturbance is and what the level is. Obviously, you don't have a before picture, but you might find a nice one on Google Earth.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, or even that
Yeah.
Bing.
Yeah.
I don't know what Bing is, but you can Google it. And then it's a joke because it's a search engine. Bing actually has some interesting maps from the. Have you used it? The bird's eye view. So I don't like it because I
What
like
about Oliver? Does Oliver give you satellite images?
That's my friend's son. So anyway,
Yeah, it says Google
contributes. He contributes very little.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a field inspection to come up. We talked about field inspections that are going on. How do we make this thing turn off? Does that do it? Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, you know that bill we signed off on?
Yeah.
Just so many irritations in
Yeah.
life. I can't
That
deal with the
is
extra
the
ones.
account number it should go to.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yes, yes. There's a
Today's been all about the mooch.
Mooch.
Okay. Scaramucci.
I know.
Oh. I always think mooching off of somebody.
Well, that's pretty
That's
right on there.
Yes.
Okay, so any other updates that you need to pass on?
I think that just about covered it.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Let's go right into, so upcoming agendas, you guys have a bunch on for next week. Are there any additional hearings for next week? Sweet mother of Francis.
No.
Here, you know what? Do the Control-Alt-Delete. I think we had to do this last time. Okay, now go to the red button on the bottom right. There you go.
So you're going to come in this week before you go away to sign the order for Solar 2?
Yeah, what I can do is on Thursday.
Yeah.
So my Thursday mornings don't stink. So next Thursday, so I might as well put it in my calendar. What time do you come in on Thursday? We have no meeting that
I'll
day.
be in at 8.
At 8. Okay. So on Thursday the 3rd. Oops, too far. Okay. I will be in the office at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then, you remember Jassy from North County Land Trust?
At some point. No! I can't even reach the plugs. Hold on. I really did. I used to have more patience. It's
So Jassy from the North County Land Trust wants to give us an update on the
right.
farmland inventory, and we put her off to
Yeah,
August because we've
Right.
had a few things on our agenda.
let's do it on the 24th.
So I was gonna, so, and she'll just need 15 minutes, we'll put her at the beginning, so.
Just wait for it to do it again. Okay.
Okay, I'll
Now-
handle that.
Okay, yeah. So just send me the info.
I am going
Yeah.
to.
And I'll send you the draft of the agendas,
Oh, yeah.
and then you can take them over.
Okay.
I'm going to. So first off, thank you
Yes.
very much for organizing.
No problem.
So the other day, I started to read some of the information that had come in, and one of the first ones that popped up, I was very happy that this gentleman Lucas did write to us, except that Lucas really did not meet any of our qualifications to take the job. So it seemed like the right thing to do was to start by identifying folks by their qualifications. And I just made a quick spreadsheet, and I asked Kate within IT to fill it out so that we would at least be able to work down it. So right now, according to this, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who have relevant degrees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 applicants right now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 with a relevant degree. So let's determine their degree of relevance as we work our way down. Let's start out with the first person. We'll just identify by first names. David. So if you would find David's information. Am I doing something wrong here?
And mine was like the second or third.
Oh, here he is. I went by him, that's why it's my bad.
Is there a cover letter for David?
If you look at the spreadsheet,
David, tell me the cover letter?
All right. So David has a relevant degree. He has appropriate experience. He does note that he's authorized to work in the United States. And he does not seem to have an address, although most of his stuff here relates to Miami.
Yeah, so we're confused on that one.
Although it says luxury residential group sales and leasing agent from March 2017 to present.
Yeah.
Okay, so ostensibly he's up here. And forgive me, I always pronounce it Miami because of George's Cuban roots, or Cuban, as he prefers to say. You're not biting on any of these tonight? Just let me know. Okay. So let's see. So he does have a relevant degree. Let's see what he has for experience. You noted he does. Is it the professional science office? No. Oh, here we go. Miami-Dade County Department of Regulatory and Economic Resources. Environmental impacts. Interesting. All right. So unfortunately, that was just for a couple of months. So June to October. All right. So the good news is he made the dean's list repeatedly as he got his BA in marine science. Marine science is a BA. It's not BS.
Yeah, that's surprising.
It's science.
Yeah.
That should be an S.
That's weird.
Huh.
Hmm.
That's odd,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
especially Boston University.
right?
Hmm.
Okay.
But it
No.
says that's a minor.
No, his minor's in biology.
Minors biology.
Where'd you see the?
BS, yeah, it should be bachelor of science.
He's
Oh, marine science, minor bio.
Yeah, that should have been a. Yeah, yes.
Oh, wait. The comma and the colon have me confused.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So, I would say I would put it in the worth talking to pile, although clearly does not have a whole lot of application to what he studied. And when did he graduate? Graduated 2015. So may even still remember stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put him over here, and I'm going to write on mine, maybe.
Oh, I'm going to write on mine the same thing.
Do you have any other thoughts, George, then maybe?
No,
Although George is being smart, actually,
Yeah.
that's right, because, so the HR girl in our office reminded us that you are not supposed to write on the resumes during the interviews in front of the people.
Really?
Oh, really?
Can't make all this crap up. So I'm gonna write it on here. Although she's very nice and she doesn't get mad when you call the HR girl. All right, the next one down is someone named Kate. There we go. So Kate is from Merrimack, New Hampshire. She has a relevant degree. She does not have any experience in administration, but she does in conservation. And she included a nice cover letter.
You know, I ran into Takashi the other day, and he said really, as he was about to go jogging on Pine Meadow Pond Conservation Land, he said really the administrative experience is something you can pick up. It's the wetland experience.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with that, except
To a
Takashi's
degree.
also the one who left us high and dry and refuses to answer my text messages.
Yeah.
I started texting him every time I go out for beer now.
Oh,
So you have to stalk him at the entrance to
Pine
Meadow.
Meadow?
Pine Meadow. Yeah.
Well, put that on your list, Kate. I am applying to become your conservation administrator and training in environmental fieldwork, mapping software. Plymouth State. All right. Oh, wow. So she just fell out of school. Okay. So that's both positive and tricky. Hard to get experience when you're just out of school.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has some solid internships though.
Well, let's see. Ooh, geologic survey. Well, those really do sound like great experiences. I wish we had a junior position. You know, so she can learn the job.
Yeah, even just like the Wetlands Protection Act itself. It's all your experiences in New Hampshire.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, she sounds fantastic. I just think this might be too much for her at this stage in her career. Although you kind of want to tell her if she wanted to volunteer. Okay, so I'm going to put on mine. I'm going to say that unfortunately I just don't think she's got the experience.
That's right.
I think the education is great, but I think she's a little too inexperienced just out of school.
Yep.
And I always feel terrible when that happens because I wish we had a way to help her to gain that experience, but we just don't.
So I'll give her a chance.
I hope so. I hope so. You are passing these resumes on to Lee.
So
Right.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, please. All right. So the next person down on here is Brian Vassa. Now, Brian is listed as being in Vineyard Haven. Does everyone know where that is?
Martha's Vineyard. Why would you want to leave?
On the island.
It is on the island.
Why would you want to leave?
Well, actually, there are an awful lot of people who live on the island who can't afford to live on the island.
I think his resume, it looks like he's working seasonally too, so.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's see.
okay.
He's
He's
applying
got
for the
great
position. Knowledgeable of the Protection Act, past 10 years, worked for notice organizations, DEP, DCR. Ooh, breeding and reproductive data of nesting shorebirds. I seem to remember that was your hobby last year. Oh, sea turtles. Apparently during this, did anyone watch that Race the Shark thing the other night?
Yes, that was
I just-
silly.
My friend watched it and then had to stop watching it because they showed the shark eating the sea turtles. Said she had to leave the room.
Wait, that was a
It's
CGI.
Yeah.
That was a fake shark.
No, they were showing other real sharks.
Oh.
Well, I said Stephen Colbert showed a thing of a real shark, and then he showed a clip of it eating this, and I was like, okay, I can't unsee that. Eating a sea
a
turtle.
clip of eating a sea turtle?
Yeah, a real shark
A real
Yeah.
shark,
coming
yeah.
up from the. And
Coming-
it's like, okay, I did not need to see that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
need to
They
have it
eat
in my-
birds too. And,
They're supposed to, but it's
seals
just like.
and-
Yes, wouldn't it be better if they all
people-
shopped at Market Basket?
Yes.
Okay. You guys can't have it both ways. All right, so Mr. Vassa lives on Vineyard Haven, which is super complicated. Although, interestingly, just like your boss, he got his cell phone when he went to school because he's got a 413 area code.
Oh, that's funny.
Isn't that cute? Okay, so looks like he graduated back in 04, and he's been with DCR. Yeah, I see what you mean, March to September. So it must be just field work. That's got to be tricky. And then March to October, trustees of reservation in 15. Global brigades, I'm not familiar with that. Anybody know what Global Brigades is?
It's a charity organization.
Is it? It was a short
Yeah,
stint.
Okay.
Wasn't there very long. Central America. American Red Cross. Yeah, it looks like he's mostly been a fieldwork guy. Seems like almost all of these are out during the summer, spring into summer, and spring into fall.
Well, maybe he wants now to settle down and get a full-time job.
You know, one of the things I was thinking is going forward. It's not me.
I don't think that was at you.
Is the value of on some of the bigger projects of having somebody who can come on the sidewalks, occasional sidewalks with us on Saturdays?
Well, I think so. One of the problems that I think we developed, we said, yeah, it was okay to miss the site walks on the last one, and I think the answer is no.
Yeah.
I think we've learned our lesson
Mhm.
that wasn't effective,
Right.
and so no, you do have to be available on Saturdays for site walks.
Maybe not everyone. You know, there's some that might be routine.
No,
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we can discriminate. I think the answer is you're responsible to be on all of them, and every now and then maybe we can make an exception, but I don't think we want to phrase it as yes and
Right.
no.
Right.
No, it's yes, and then every now and then no.
Yeah. So that might be a good weeding out thing. I mean, I wouldn't discount him if he was planning on relocating, but if he's not planning on relocating, it's not a feasible.
Well, so we've
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah, I agree.
ascertained that he's got a lot of experience out in the field, and he's been working with DCR as a conservation biologist, and his degree is in College of Natural Resources and Environments. He's got a BS in Natural Resource Economics. So, but what I didn't see on here is he doesn't mention the Wetland Protection Act.
Well, he's getting his MACC Fundamentals Certificate. He's in the progress of doing that. So right on the back, trainings and certifications.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Thank you.
Yep. He's got GIS online training, he's got basic
Delineation.
wetland delineation.
Oh, look at that.
Addressing impaired hydrology.
Bat conservation.
Oh.
That could come in handy.
In New Mexico.
Not many
Oh.
bats up here anymore.
We just built a bat box. Put it up in a tree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, actually, if you walk around at night on the right nights, there's tons of bats.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I would put him down as a good for interviewing.
Yep.
Any other thoughts?
I agree.
Yeah, never know what his relocation situation is either.
Well, and that'll be the other part, right? Is reaching out and So his official address listed as Vineyard Haven. That could even be living with family.
Yeah.
Was looking to move out, but not going to move out unless I had a job because it doesn't make sense to move out to Canton and then get a job in Worcester. Blah blah blah. Okay. So our next person down, who appears to have a relevant degree, is Adam. Adam.
Oh no, right before that.
Did I miss
Kendra.
one?
Kendra.
Actually, I would know.
Oh my goodness! I'm
Kendra.
sorry.
What about Heather?
She doesn't have any.
She has a biology degree, but that's about it. I put her down as a 1 for everything else.
Oh, Kendra?
But I wouldn't skip over Heather. She might be worth taking a look at, just because she has experience as a CA in other towns. I think
Oh.
she was a CA in Littleton, so.
But what was her degree in? I don't get me wrong. We
I can mention.
I can't tell you how many times I've said to people, your degree is good for about 2 years, and then after that,
Oh yeah, exactly. And considering some of those are recent experiences, I don't know if you guys have friends in other towns that might be able to vouch for her.
no, it would be a lot easier to reach out and say, hey.
Yeah.
Okay,
She do.
so right now she's the Office of Community Development and Planning Office Manager in Lancaster. So she graduated in '04 with a liberal arts degree. So at least she'd know how to do the write-ups.
Are you talking about Heather Hampson?
Heather,
Yes. We're not using last names. What are you doing? We're being so careful. Okay.
Okay, I know you have something to say because you've been umming and umming.
Did you have experience?
No, I just know that there's interest in her for,
Oh, another position?
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, how much interest? Oh, wow, she was there for 6 years.
A lot.
Here or another town?
Yeah, but,
Okay.
Which one pays more?
Well,
no, I think actually ours.
There you go.
There you
so-
go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'd be fine then. Yep, not our issue.
Well,
But,
either way, the town wins.
yes.
That's the other way to look at it.
Okay, so,
Okay, so, all right, so let's go back to the beginning. So someone without a degree, so first off, she worked at Atlas Copco for 3 years, which is actually kind of funny. So from 2008 to 2014, she was the Conservation Commission Administrator in Littleton. That's interesting. But it looks like their administrator, I don't know. Well, she did go to, it says she's MACC Fundamental Certified. Extensive knowledge of mass open meeting laws. That's good, we have to pretend that a lot. So she's done all these different things with the town, so pretty well rounded. She did spell Office of Community Development wrong.
as well as commission and conservation commission and administrator.
Oh,
So there were so many
Yeah.
spelling errors.
Oh,
in
Out of
these.
all of
I
these.
could not believe.
Yeah, so
Oh,
as,
yeah,
as
that's-
you continue your
that's a
professional
little red flag.
career-
Yeah.
As you continue your professional career, I'm sure you're going to stay at BSC Group forever, but
All right,
unless,
it's just a liberal arts degree.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so,
Development,
Just read it
jeez,
over
wow.
once.
all right, so,
Wow.
and municipal, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Municipal. All right, so before we go any farther, because it's too easy to have fun with this. Andy, how was Andrew's last name?
at,
He's at the town of Maynard.
oh, McLean.
McLean.
McLean. McLean.
Andrew McLean Scribner.
Scribner McLean.
Scribner McLean or McLean Scribner?
Now, his wife goes by Scribner McLean, so he must go by McLean Scribner.
Jeez.
Do you know Andrew?
I play Words with Friends with his wife.
Good enough.
I just
She used to
I
work.
just weep for the future. So. So I knew Andrew because Andrew was in charge, was one of the people in charge of Res Life when I was at UMass Lowell. All right. So if she was in Maynard, okay. All right, I would put her down as a good and certainly someone we should talk to. It is, she's only been out of conservation for 3 years, so these must be short stints. Oh, she's been doing these other things at the same time. Oh, because she was 2011 and 2014 in Shirley. She was 2014 town of Maynard, so she was there for a very short period of time, just a couple of months. And then she went to Lancaster. So it looks like she got a job closer to home and left. Okay. So,
Worth talking to.
well, thank you for bringing her up. I didn't,
No problem.
I admit I go by degree first, even though after a period of time it's not relevant. I know. Okay. So the next person down on the list was Adam.
What happened to Kendra?
She had a biology degree and that was about it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's
no
no
experience.
for her.
Just-
I don't even think she had much of a.
I was just going by the yes. And
Yeah, no. I skipped it twice. How did I do that? Maybe I'm just that good.
Looks like a good candidate.
Yeah, he's got some postgraduate classes under his belt.
Did you take Kendra out of here? I'm not even finding her. Did I miss her?
Education technician.
No Kendra in there?
No.
I might have moved it back.
Oh, I may have skipped over it. I'm
Okay.
going twice here. Or it might be,
No, that might be my error.
I don't know. I'm sure it's clipped to something else or. Nope.
Yeah, I don't have a Kendra either, but.
Okay.
Wow, way to level the playing field there, Kate, with
I put it
IT.
down as a one, so. Not so much.
Okay. Well, let's go right to Adam. Bachelor of Science in Forestry and Environmental Studies. Ooh. Paul Smith's College. What is Paul Smith's? Is that?
It's a Central New York school.
Oh.
Kinda
Oh, wait a minute. I
right.
think I read this one.
Okay, that's a forestry school.
Yeah, he's in Needham, but he's got all this work out in. And doesn't he own a business out there?
Yeah.
He's got the business out there.
It's like sustainable plantings or something. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, into landscaping.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, so
It's all over the place.
yeah, and he's a conservation technician with trustees of reservations in Dover, Mass. Or he did that.
Yeah.
Invasive species removal experience.
Where
Trail
is-
building and maintenance.
Where is Keene, New York? I don't remember looking at it the last time.
Must be in the Adirondacks.
Actually, wait a minute. I did look it up. Isn't it just north of?
We digress a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's north of Albany. It's across the. It's basically. So it's 3-4 hours away. Ish.
Hmm.
Close to. Yeah, call it 5. Call it 5. Although if you went straight through Vermont, it would be a lot closer. Okay. The only reason I'm even looking it up is I'm assuming that he actually does live in Needham
I know.
and drives out there to do stuff on his business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so solid basis. Does the tree plantings? Okay.
4 hours and 26 minutes, 224
Oh, boy.
miles.
Wow.
Well, from us, from Ayer to Keene.
So
5 hours.
we're
So 5
fine?
hours from Needham.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's put it down as a good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Okay.
So we skipped down to
There's
Sarah.
Kendra.
potentially?
Oh, is that one? Well, there you go. That's why. That's
okay. That's,
Where is it?
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's Kendra.
Where was that?
That's kind of.
That's what she.
Oh,
that's
George-
even
George
good,
printed
yeah,
it
because
himself.
I got that from monster.com.
Ah.
And so some of them, like, they just
Oh.
like type in boxes and that's about it.
Robert said
That's
monster.
sad.
If people are
That's
on.
really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where the one who has the goal of being future medical billing part-time or
Oh, yeah,
full-time.
exactly.
Robert said some people, if they're on unemployment, they have to account for having applied to so many jobs. a week.
Oh, right.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I wrote to Andrew. I said, "Did you work with that person, Heather?" He said, "Yes, she did." I said, "Would you like to provide info or the dates of her employment?" All right, because that's what you're legally allowed to do. Somebody calls up and they say, "Oh, did this person work for you?" And you say, "I believe they worked for us from October of last year to June of this year." Do you have any other information? I believe they worked for us from October of last year to June of this year. Okay. You had one check mark on Lisa, but no wetland. Did we miss anybody else who had wetland?
I'd say Joanne looks like a pretty good candidate.
Oh, hold on a
Put her
second.
down as a 10.
Did we finish Sarah?
That would be small.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah, where was she? And she was a 5. Oh, Joanne, yeah.
All right. Andrew clearly is the kind of person who is careful about when he goes to bed, so we'll catch up with him tomorrow. Go figure. Okay, so the next The next yes that we had was Sarah, right? Are you on Sarah?
Yeah.
She was the one with the funky swirl on her. resume. I read this one.
Yeah.
Dear hiring professional. Try to butter me up. All right, so she also has a 413 area code. No address. Although right now she's working in Hudson at Cabela's. That's right. I did read this one.
Very passionate.
Do have to wonder if she can get a discount.
Firearms.
I told you I liked her. Although there's nothing better than going there and taking pictures of the pink real tree. Have you seen the pink real tree? So you know what real tree is? It's the pattern.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
the pink real tree.
That's funny.
Have you seen it?
No.
They do sheets in it. They do lingerie in it.
Ugh.
It's totally worth taking pictures and sending to your favorite person who hates that stuff.
I would say Sarah is a no because she's more of a wildlife biologist.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She does seem to have extensive skills there. It's too bad we don't need one.
She rehabilitated injured squirrels. It's not a plus or a minus.
Does it list what kind of? Does it
She
list
could
what
come
kind
to my
of?
house because we have a lot of injured squirrels in our backyard. Yeah.
Doesn't list what sauce she used. We had a guy who came up from Florida when I was at EEC years ago, and he came up. He was from the Florida group, and he comes up. He starts talking. There were squirrels outside. We were having a meeting, and he's like, "Man, I can make me a good stew with those." And then he just went off on what he did to cook his squirrels.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Well,
It was an interesting one. He was real backwards. Okay, so Sarah, despite her fantastic experience in conservation, it's just the wrong kind. So I'm going to put a no. All right, next is Joanne. Does anybody know Joanne? Says she's local.
So she just moved to town.
Oh.
In her cover letter.
Autumn Ridge. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, Autumn Ridge, across from the hospital.
yeah, right. Wait, isn't that a plus 50?
Masters
Well,
in
maybe she lives with
So Director and Community Education Committee Chair, 1981 to 2009.
Oh,
which is a building
Oh, okay.
contractor.
she's more mature and
Mm-hmm. That's not it.
no. Clark University, Harvard University, Vassar.
I'm torn between wanting her to come on to do this job and wanting her to join the commission.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I know, really.
I mean, think about it. We got 2 positions to fill. Thanks a lot, Takashi.
And Lee.
Did Lee tell you that Takashi's nickname was Juicy Fruit?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She,
Was
forgot
it?
to tell you that.
Yeah.
Was it?
Don't you remember that meeting? Do you guys not remember the good ones?
How did he get juicy fruit?
We were joking about gum, and Lee and I were picking on Takashi, and I just said, you know his nickname is Juicy Fruit.
Was he chewing gum at the time?
I don't think so.
Bill apparently plucked that one out of thin air.
Lee has a mean side. That's what that's from.
Well, I'd be willing to.
Well, so seems like she's sure got a lot of experience with doing environmental work.
Yeah.
She says she's enrolled, so this might be the only complication. It says she's registered for certificate courses. Excuse me.
Where did you see that?
In her cover letter.
Okay. Oh, I'm registered.
All right, so right now, oh my goodness, museum project planner. Museum Insights, Mystic, Connecticut. Oh, but it looks like she's all over the place. Amesbury Carriage Museum. There's a carriage museum? Says she was in Sealy, Texas, Washington, Connecticut. All right, sustainable prospects, sustainable landscape, building, real estate. I feel like she's kind of flirted around the edges, but I don't know if she has the experience right now. So one of the unfortunate lessons that we learned is that it is great to work with someone with the idea of them, as a project, and helping them come along. But it does mean that for a period of time you're behind the 8 ball.
Yep, definitely.
The Amesbury Carriage Museum, telling the story of American industry and innovation through the history, engineering, and design of horse-drawn carriages, sleighs, and automobiles. Oh. Oh. Fall programs and events. Amesbury's 350-year celebration. Oh, did you guys get excited? Fine. Okay.
Is that
I would put her. I think I would put her down as a maybe.
Okay. Should be second round.
Yeah, because while I don't want to let anyone good get away, and I really, really don't want to let anyone good get away, I also don't think we want to find ourselves in a learning experience again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was just hard.
So how would, let's say, for argument's sake, she doesn't make a cut, how could we approach her for a commissioner?
Well, I have no problem speaking to her one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, on here, skills woody and herbaceous plant identification says that she did work with managing invasive aquatic plant removal and control at the ecotarium.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly she's had bits and pieces,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Contractors.
And as a contractor, I'm assuming she realizes you got to get up and get stuff done.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's interesting because at one point when we were looking in our previous hiring, there was a person who came in, and that person was clearly super excited to work the appropriate number of years to retire.
Okay.
It was, I don't want to get any more descriptive than that. It was a person who came in here, and this particular person was just bureaucracy was falling off of this person. I come in and I work these hours, and then I go home. And it just, there's no emotion, there's no interest. It was, well, I would be certainly happy to sit for 40 hours in that chair. And I just remember it was like, you could just feel it coming off in waves. So this person doesn't have that. This person clearly is the kind of person who'd get up and go and get stuff done, and that's wonderful. I guess my only concern is just not quite at that point of experience.
Right.
But that doesn't mean she's not a great maybe.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, we have a Sandy who has a relevant degree, some administrative experience, some wetland experience. Did you read Sandy's? Did you have a feeling? KAIT?
Yeah, I can't remember. I know I rated her a 5, so I think she's kind of middle of the road.
Let's see. So for a while, there was a woman, Sarah, who was cutting hair, and she cut my son's hair. And I'm like, Sarah? Actually, I'm like AH. And so every time I talked to her, I had to call her Sarah with an H. So Sorry, KAIT.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so Sandy went to NYU. Ooh. Sustainable urban environments. I didn't know that was a BS. I thought that was an MS. I thought usually that was a master's degree.
Yeah, I've never seen it as undergrad.
Yeah. Interesting, but she did take mechanics and materials. I took mechanics and materials. It was exciting.
Yeah,
Did you really? What was your degree in again?
some sort of engineering.
So some sort of All I know is that it pains me to think about what mechanics and materials is like now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. AmeriCorp, sustainable facilities, residents. She really listed RA.
Leadership.
It was called Free Room and Board, and I got a single. Not what it was for.
Dealing with immature people.
Yeah, they had to deal with me, but you know what? I was there. There was nothing they could do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
With being authoritative.
that's right.
Oh my gosh.
Clean up crap.
Well, and passing on the rules on night one. That was the most important thing. Be difficult in the beginning and get easier as opposed to being easy and get difficult. That was rule number one. All right, I'm not really seeing, what did you think? Where did you find she had experience?
I think mostly just because of her degree.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
I wasn't terribly thrilled about Sandy.
No, unfortunately, this doesn't even seem like it's really in her wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I just have to say I'd rather not immediately discount would be one that KAIT ranked 9, that we've dismissed as too inexperienced, but I think has potentially a lot of potential. Is that?
The Kate?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see. So let's go back to Kate. So my only concern
She's
is
so young though.
she just graduated.
But so did Sandy, class of 2016. So did a lot of these.
Oh, yeah?
But this one is, as KAIT pointed out, has a lot of really good internships.
I'm afraid it's only cool when I do it. All right, so hold on. So let's go down who we talked about. So we said that David was a maybe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to put a little mark next to Kate because I think I'll buy into your premise. Brian is clearly a good pick, but location.
Mm-hmm.
Heather appears to be a good pick and someone we should talk to. Then we had Adam. Adam appears to be a really good pick as well. I put Adam and Brian both in the same box. You know, two obviously people who are doing a lot of outdoors work and have over many, many years. So lots of experience. So who was the girl that you thought I discounted?
Kate?
Kate.
Okay, just yeah. Okay, and then so I'm gonna put okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3 goods, and I really did think Kate was too inexperienced. But let's look at Kate again.
So you said she had really good intern
She
experience.
seems like a hard worker.
Well, I'll give you that. And she graduated in GIS, or a certificate in GIS. Plymouth State, though, kind of a party school.
Yeah, she must have had
She's
a lot of drinking
a clean driving
experience.
record though.
Count for that.
Does it say that?
Yes! I can't believe you said that like it's a party school. No, she has a clean driving record.
3.99 GPA.
Yeah.
Right? I know.
Yeah,
Like experience with DE matters.
well,
I mean, reviewed stormwater management systems for permits and active
New Hampshire Town has
experience inspecting construction sites.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
wetland.
worth talking.
Yeah.
So
Here's
before we do this, do we agree though do we agree that we're taking on a project?
If somebody's really bright, I mean, which is, what seems the most inexperienced? The Wetland Protection Act or
Yeah.
running an
and,
office,
and,
administrative experience?
and a lack of experience altogether.
Yeah.
So,
She's gonna have a backbone.
well, absolutely. You see how we treat KAIT. So, I guess my concern is that she doesn't have any wetland experience. She's not, she's not going to be good for plant identification. She's not going to be out looking at soils. She's not going to be able to sit in the office and go through paperwork that she's done 100 times. So she's like starting from scratch.
Yep.
I mean, that's
She's
and
gonna.
I'm not telling you that I don't want to
Yeah.
help that person. I'm
Yeah.
not telling you that I don't want that person to get a job.
Right.
But I just don't know that our job is that job.
Yeah. Honestly, she would be good.
If she had a mentor, every day in and day out,
Yeah.
supervisor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Day in and day out,
Mm-hmm.
worked with that person.
Exactly.
That's
Like, I think she would be good at the compliance monitoring aspect, but
Yeah.
it might be an overhead
Yeah.
just stepping into the office.
exactly.
Well,
It might be
know,
overwhelming.
Yeah, and learning the whole
Yeah.
wetlands protection.
Yeah.
just I mean, when you if you step into a job and you're learning 25% of it, then so what? If you step into a job and you're learning 50% of it, that can be hard.
Yeah.
She's learning all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of on her own. Yeah.
And getting her
And yeah, we have, and
confidence
as
to
we
do
have
her
learned,
job.
yeah, we have no one to sit with her.
Right.
Mhm.
Look how expensive Kate is.
She said she was going to volunteer to come in and train.
Well, I heard that too. And she said when she couldn't make it, Lee would be here, but that's not important right now.
Yeah.
No, my concern is just she's starting from scratch.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know, I can see that.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had the opportunity to send her to another town where they had room for 2 people or something like that? You just,
Yeah.
I mean, if we had an administrative assist, if we had an administrator and then an assistant position,
Yeah.
bam, snap, scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a lot of potential, but just not yet.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. She needs experience, and we can't help her because she would be overwhelmed in our position.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thought we'd bear revisiting.
No, I don't have any
Yeah.
problem.
Honestly, at first when I read all of these, she was the one that was standing out in my mind.
Yeah.
But, yeah. No, but I totally see what you're saying. I think that's like a round 2 of anything.
All right, so here's what my thought process is. So we hadn't talked about this yet because I figured I was hoping that that schedules would align, but it sounds like we're all in and out variously in August.
During the weekend.
Are you around during the week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm gone for a week. You're gone for a
A
week.
week, actually a week and a half.
Which
Okay.
week
So
do
the
you have?
beginning of the month.
Middle of the month and then the end, the last week. The middle of the last week. The end.
All right.
Toward
And you're
Labor
around?
Day.
All right. And because I feel like it would be great to have your opinion, you're around?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. What we may do is steal. So, yeah. So we get you for 16 hours a week, right?
Yes.
So if we could convince you, what I'm thinking of doing is having a meeting on a non-meeting night.
Yeah.
To do interviews?
Me too, yeah.
I just think it would be better. You know,
Yeah,
there's
because
no,
this time.
well, and there's no one sitting there waiting to have their, their hearing while somebody's interviewing, or someone sitting there waiting to interview, listening to us go through hearings.
Exactly.
I don't want people to know how easy we are. So, so our meetings were supposed to be the 10th and the 24th. I could do a meeting on the 17th. So a meeting on the 17th gives someone 1, 2, 3 weeks of notice to ask if folks wanted to come in on that night. So if KAIT started later in the day that day, like on a regular weekend, a meeting night, and they came in for the meeting,
Mm-hmm.
would you be okay with that?
Yeah, be happy
Okay.
to.
All right.
What sort of time slots are you thinking?
Well,
An hour?
I'm thinking a half hour per,
Okay.
as an initial interview.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we did last time? We did about I think we may have even done less last time and it didn't work. I think a half hour is good.
Yeah.
So,
And then-
well, because we're talking about asking 1, 2, 3 people. That's what I have on here. 3 people. I have Adam, Heather, and Brian.
And that's between that hours of 7 and
7 and 8:30.
Basically.
Yeah, so I have a 7, a 7:30, and an 8.
Okay.
Does that make sense to folks for the 17th?
Yeah.
My kids will all be away, so.
You don't want to do Joanne?
I think I'd rather go, Brian and Adam are really strong candidates, and I'll get more information tomorrow, but I agree, Heather worked as a CA. That's a pretty great reason to at least interview her. I tell you what, why don't we see if Joanne would like to come in as the 4th applicant that night?
Okay. I'll
Fair
call
enough.
Last. Yep.
Because you're right, she does have
Plus she lives in.
she'd be able to do like 90% of what, she'd be able to do like 75% of what she needs to do.
Yeah.
She just doesn't have the soils experience and that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
so. Okay. No, you're right. I'm probably putting too much on that. Okay.
So we have somebody, like just flat out says no or whatever, we have a backup already.
Well, and so when we did this the first time, years and years ago, when we interviewed for Becky, I think we had 100. I mean, we literally had
Oh my
100.
goodness.
It was
Really?
dozens.
Applications?
Yes. And do you remember how many were good?
2.
2.
Everybody wants a town.
2. In general, well, it was also 2007. And so we had applicant after applicant, and they were all. In fact, we even heard a couple people who were local people.
Did they actually read the job description?
No. What they saw was administrator, and what they were looking for was an administrative position. So they were picturing it as an office position, but it had always been a pure office position. And what we had done is we went to the town personnel board and we revised it to say, no, we need somebody who can go in the field, who can look at plants, who can delineate a wetland, who can stand there and say, you shouldn't be doing that.
Wow.
And they didn't pay attention.
Wow.
Okay, so we're good with our meeting. We've covered everything. Do you have any updates for yourself, sir?
No.
Bonnie?
No.
Jess?
No.
KIT? Anything left?
Nope, I'll get those interviews set up.
So when you get those interviews set up, also then talk to Carly about reserving a room.
Oh, good call. Okay.
Yes, although, yeah, that's right. So 17th, though, nobody else goes Thursdays except us, right?
ZBA is switched from Wednesday the 16th to the 17th. They start at 6.
Well, I thought you were ZBA.
I am.
You think you'll be done by then? By 7?
Yeah, or I can actually leave.
Okay.
This would be, as long as they have a quorum, I could step out. But usually they do end early.
How does that happen?
Had they switched Red Sox tickets on Wednesday night? You would understand.
I appreciate that I can't say anything, but you know what? Deep down, I'm trying. And usually when I get tickets, I just don't come.
Yeah.
All right. What was the last time? A Bruins game? I think the last time was a Bruins game. All right.
So do you need to go upstairs?
So I would entertain a motion to close our public hearing.
We didn't have a public hearing.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I would entertain a motion to close our meeting.
Oh, adjourn.
Adjourn.
So moved. Oh, second.
Third. Say aye. Aye. All right.
Aye.
So.